Okay, looks like I'm live. Well, let's do sound check. Anybody hear me? And I'm also gonna, I guess, turn on the game. Oh, the game just crashed on me. What the hell? That's no good. Oh, I wonder if I have too many copies of the creation kit open. That would not shock me. Let's see. End of session day 6. Are you gonna load save? Please load. Hello, folks. Don't mind me. My cold is going on day 10. I think I got back to back, or I got a sinus infection or something. Fortunately, I have another guest tonight to relieve me of my misery. Not really misery. I don't mind talking through this. And just you guys, it's probably misery to you guys. You got to hear my my nasally voice. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, Caleb. Actually, while we're getting ready, we're waiting for the 9 o'clock official start. We need to go take care of something I keep mentioning I'm going to do off camera, and I never do, which is go to a weapon bench and try and make my weapon reasonable, because my weapons are terrible. Whoa! Hi there. Here. Uh-oh, we got a missing texture. What's going on here? I've seen people have shown me that bug, and it's a vanilla terminal. Like, they haven't shown me that one in particular, but they've shown me other terminals in SS2 where they're just gone, and it's like, yeah, that's vanilla.
There. Something up?
No, I'm good. Thanks, Jake. Do you have a weapon workbench up here? Yes, you do. Let's go. That's right, King. What's that, Craigsman? Yeah. Alright, let's modify. What do we got? I don't have much. I did get gun. Oh, I probably don't have, I probably have no stuff in my inventory. That's gonna make this problematic. I have not been grabbing much junk. Yeah, I can't do any crafting here. Alright, we're gonna have to go to Sanctuary, because I should have a reasonable amount of stuff there. To Sanctuary. And kicked off melon off the roof as I fast traveled. Uh-oh, we got an outbreak. Oh, Canuck, thanks. Yeah, you know me. I'm not afraid to cheat. There's a certain limitation to it. I feel like with the, I don't know, something off about cheating with weapons feels wrong for some reason. Because then it's like, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just spawn myself in some legendaries or something. Jason Lokrantz, thank you for the donation. Long save fix for me. Can't express how much I love this mod. Oh, that's so good to hear. We have a couple people reporting that it's still not working for them, and I knew that was going to happen. There's going to be some number of people who either the issue at hand wasn't the same thing that the rest of us were dealing with, or for a lot of people it's just going to be a bad install, because these stupid mod managers, it drives me nuts how many of the mod managers will fail at an install. You'll just tell it to update the mod, and it'll just keep an old version. I don't understand how hard, like, why is it so hard? Like, mod managers, you have one job to copy files and you fail at it. It happened. I just quit using mod managers because I got sick of it. Alright, let's find some aluminum. Not crazy. Would having old Paul as a mayor post martial law cause issues? He keeps getting reassigned as mayor even if I switch to a new mayor. No, it's not a problem. It's on my it's on my list to fix. I'll get that sorted eventually. It's just the bug fixes have fallen way behind because of the long save issue and the HQ reset. Like, that was just every moment of my free time was going toward those things, or helping team out with the stuff they need to move forward, because most of the team is working on the designs for chapter 3 and story content, and so they need certain things from me before they go forward. So I was juggling my time between helping them get moving and working on those save issues, and those two big issues. Now that they're fixed, I don't know why I'm scrapping beds and stuff. I need aluminum. Now that they're fixed, I can get back to doing my daily GitHub route where I jump through our issue reports and take care of a lot of stuff. So you're gonna see probably some pretty major patches in the next 2 cycles, although we're finally going to go on to regular patch cycle now. I feel like we're beyond hot fixing now. Like, the issues that people are having, they're not consistent issues anymore. Now it's like some people have these issues, and they are getting to be things where I'm just not comfortable hotfixing them because they're too complicated. So need to move over to getting patches that are actually tested. So that is a little bit longer cycle. But yeah, old Paul still being assigned. Post Thomas is post. Is that how you say that? I've never said that aloud. I see it all written all the time. But anyway, after you know what happens, spoiler alert. That's a kind of an amusing bug that shouldn't cause any problems though. That the cellar behind the house has some aluminum. Thank you. Yeah, for those of you waiting for the stream to actually do something interesting, I'll start it right at 9. I'll kind of go over my spiel, and we'll get into some questing stuff. Right now, I'm just trying to find loot so I can craft my weapon and make it a little less awful. There we go. Aluminum cans. Give me that good stuff. We're going to do some crafting, because I don't ever do that. Mostly because it's really boring for me. I don't like watching other people do it, so I don't want to do it in front of you guys. And I actually tend to just not do a whole lot of crafting when I play Fallout, because I love the looter shooter part of it, where you just get lucky getting stuff. But I'm getting my butt kicked so much in combat that we need all the help we can get right now. Let's see. Did I never get locksmith? I may have not. Do I have any perks? Oh, no, I've been blowing them all lately. I should be getting locksmith though. Never know when you need to pick some locks. Oh, I need another point in perception. Didn't know I did so low on perception. Oh, hello. We got some more super chats here. Jim Simon, thank you for the huge donation. That is amazing. Jim's 1973 from the SS2 forums here. Just want to thank you. Nas. Oh, I'm totally going to butcher that. I called his name out last stream and I said it wrong too. Here we go again. Nas. XXA1XX, Mystical Panda, Marten, the SS2 team, F4C team, and all the others over at the forums who pitched in to fix the long save bug. A round of drinks on me. Thank you, sir. I do want to correct a mistake. I keep saying it's the F4C team. I, for some reason, thought Nukem was on the F4C team, and he let me know I was wrong on that. I don't know. I think it's just so many people, they talk about, whenever people talk about Nukem, they talk about him like he's like the best with extended script type stuff and like engine stuff. So I was just like, well, he must be on the F4C team. I just made that assumption. It was a bad assumption. All right, what kind of garbage do we have here? Oh, we got another super chat here. Suburban Splash, thank you. When chapter 3 is done, will you do a 3-in-1 like SS1? We will not, unfortunately, because the way we're doing the chapters is way different than we did the expansions for SS1, and they cannot be merged together. It would break the universe. Yeah, unfortunately, the ways we're doing it, it's not possible to merge them all together. I don't need all this food. Do these weigh like a pound each? Half a pound each. There we go. Movement. Yeah, Mod Hunter. Yeah, I'm scrapping to increase my build limit. I probably do need to go hit my build limit thing. Kenneth, I love SS2, but the Olivia quest is a pain to complete. Interesting. Do you have any mods that mess with that, Sal? I've never had problems with that one. That's actually, the Satellite Station Olivia is probably one of the oldest quests we've had that worked in the mod, because somebody else on the team at one point did a bunch of quests up through the Satellite Station Olivia one, and then they left the team and I redid most of it, but there was like a few little bits of that still worked, so I kept those, and that was one of the bits of him walking up to the terminal. That's been in the mod, like, that was probably one of the oldest quests that was worked on that functioned from the get-go. I've never had issues with it. Alright, let's see. Can we do anything now? We can go to a powerful receiver. Is that our highest end? Yes. Long barrel, that's fine. Full stock. Can't go to marksman without rank 2. Can we up our magazine? Yes, we can. Medium scope's fine. Don't need a muzzle. Okay, well, we upped our damage a little bit. Got a better mag. So that's nice. I guess I should do something that's not snipery, right? What do I have a bunch of ammo for? And we're about to hit 9 o'clock here, so we're going to be getting out of this in just a second here. Let's see. Weaponry. What's our ammo situation? That's mostly what I'm concerned with, because I keep running out. We've got only 5 cells left. Okay. You're retired laser pistol. Don't want to use a pipe pistol ever if I don't have to. Double barrel shotguns are awful. I guess 10 mil? No, 39 rounds. That's not a lot either. I guess that's the best we got, though. That's probably our best one. I need to scrap some of these. I got too many. Get you out of here. Knuckles, go away. Not using that. Pipe auto pistol, pipe pistol, pipe pistol. All this stuff. Oh my god, all this stuff. Buy that. I'm not using that. Tuned hunting rifle. So many things. Oh, we're about to hit 9 o'clock, aren't we? Can't increase that damage, and I don't care about the rest of the stuff. Okay, so I am going to stay in the weapon bench because I want to show you guys editing the camera, but let's get out of here because it's really loud. So guys, welcome to the stream. If you're new to the stream, a couple things you should know. One is I am very bad at paying attention to multiple things, so I tend to focus 100% of my effort to the game until about 10:30ish, and then we'll shift gears, and then I'll put all my attention on you guys. In the interim, the most likely spot you're gonna catch my attention is with super chats. And what you should know about super chats is I do not keep that money. I put it into a big pool that we use for the mod. So we use it for buying stuff for the team that we need. What is going on? Or we use it for things like the bounties we recently had to put on those big bad boogeymen of bugs that we couldn't solve ourselves. So stuff like that, we just put it into the mod as best we can. So if you want to get my attention midstream, you want to shout out, super chat's the way to go. Otherwise, once we get to 10:30, I will watch for anybody pinging me. So if you put an @KingGath in your message, I will see it, I will read it, and we'll talk. Also tonight, I've got a guest, a Cynical Bounce, who's our we went through a period where we were giving people different titles like lead this, lead that. So technically lead artist, although then we recently had another discussion of like, well, most of the people on our team kind of are in their own department, so they're kind of leading themselves. So we've kind of stopped with the titles. But basically, our main artist on the team does all of our concept art and is actually started getting into writing. Does a lot of other tasks for the team. But Cynical will be joining me around 10:30 to talk. We'll share some, probably show you guys some cool concept art and stuff that went into SS2. Then I guess the last thing to cover for new folks is I let my mind wander and just say whatever's coming to my brain. So if you're not into that and you're looking for focused content, then check out my edited streams, which will come out on Mondays. They are about 3 weeks behind the live thing. So I think we're up to, this is week 7, I think, of this. So maybe we're 4 weeks behind. Something like that, 3 or 4 weeks behind. And I think the edited versions are up to week 3 maybe right now. But those should have their own playlist on my channel if you want to watch those. And those are going to be stripped down to focusing on the gameplay. They're like half-hour episodes instead of this, which will be 3 to 4 hours of me just going. So if you're interested in hearing some behind-the-scenes stuff about SS2 and the development and whatnot, that tends to be what I like to talk about as I'm going, because I'm assuming, especially while we're playing a lot of the Chapter 1 content still, which we're almost done with, I've been just talking over the characters. Whoa! There's our guard from last stream that just keeps going down. We don't know what's going on with her. I never had time to investigate. So she's just going to be our mystery character who's somewhat broken. But anyway, so I'm going to just talk about some behind-the-scenes stuff. When we get to Chapter 2, I'll probably stop talking over characters as much because I know not everybody's seen it and is probably looking for a chance to experience the mod secondhand, and I will let you guys do that. But I'll still give you guys some behind-the-scenes info between conversations when we're running around and then like when we're doing combat stuff, because obviously, well, as best I can, you guys know about my attention span and my terribleness in combat. I am one of the worst first-person shooter players you will ever meet, even though I love the genre so much. Okay, so we're going to do a couple things today. One is I'm going to pass some time here because we want it to be daytime. But I'm going to build up settlements just a little. I'm not going to spend a lot of time dinking around in them. I'll probably just like run to some settlements and do some city plans because I want to trigger the CPD and the Nightingales. And the way you do that is to get to 30 residential plots across as long as you control 3 settlements and you have 30 plots across all of them, that's enough to trigger. So we've got a bunch in Sanctuary already. Let's see if we have enough for our people, because maybe I need to just build a couple more before I leave. What's our home situation? All right, the meters are still a little behind the times there. That or everyone got unassigned. Either would be unbelievable. Give this some moments to catch up here. Our water situation is pretty dire. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know why our meters on the left there aren't updating. Let's try exiting out. Sometimes exiting in and out of workshop mode will force some updating for us. Now, I've intentionally not been powering things because once you power them, they'll start leveling up, and then that just puts more pressure on all of our resources, and I'm not interested in spending a lot of time doing settlement management when I'm trying to show you guys quests. I think that's the focus of this particular stream right now. Happy to go back and do it later, like when we run out of quests. Maybe I'll come back and focus on settlements again. So yeah, don't mind the no power symbols. That was, yeah, I don't know what's going on with my meters on the left there. I wonder if I broke them again. these patches. It would not shock me. I mean, this is one of the battles that I'm constantly dealing with the patching is, you know, the code's so complicated. You fix one thing and you break 3 other things. Let's see here. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and plop down a couple extra residences because we were cutting it close if we weren't already at the limit. So we'll go ahead and pop one over here. And we'll put them right in the middle of the bushes so we can cover those up. People can live with bush beds. All right, we'll give them a couple of plots and we'll walk away. That's enough to attract some more people. Because I have a high charisma build, so I should be getting like 20, 21 settlers in my settlements naturally. Now, I'm going to avoid the triangle of death here, and I'm going to not build in Red Rocket, because I'm already building in Abernathy. Let's go pop over there and take a peek at what's going on with them. And then we'll head over to, what settlements have I discovered so far? Oh, I'm getting text messages. Hold on. That usually is the wife telling me that the kids need me, so I better check on that. Nope. All good. How many of you guys in the last few years, have found yourselves just almost every single phone call or message is a robot? I feel like that's just gone through the roof the last couple of years. I never used to get text messages from bots, but I get them all the time now. Quester WI, thank you for the donation. Did you hit record and please turn on text? I did not, thank you. Let's hit record. I'm going to just start doing it during the so I've been trying to wait till 9 o'clock to do it just to save myself a little bit of hard drive space, but I think I'm going to continue to forget that way. Luckily, we haven't done anything important. So, Luke, here we go. We're starting up. You missed my intro, but that's fine. I'll give you a voiceover one later. Okay, let's turn on and this I can probably leave on now. So the reason I keep turning my dialogue subtitles off is because I've been throughout January, I was recording a copy of all of our quests. Well, most of them. I think I did all the main quests, all of the Nightingales, and needed to have the subtitles off because it makes the videos prettier, especially since a lot of our subtitles don't quite match what the voice actors say. There'll be a few words off here and there, or there's like there's spelling issues and grammar stuff, and usually we get that fixed over time. Although I know inevitably we end up with some that just stays in the mod forever because the reports just don't make it to my desk, because as much as I'd love to have time to follow every single forum post, I do not have that kind of time. So usually I rely on other people relaying that stuff to me. And where are we at here? Oh, who was it that there was somebody on our channel who was having this problem too, of like some of the Finch Farm potatoes getting stuck? As you can see, common problem. Oh, but I can actually store these ones, unlike that poor person on Discord. Okay, so there's some sort of fight going on over here. What is going on with this place? Why is no one building here? Do you guys have... Yeah, that's quite the epic battle going on over there. Okay, well this time my HUD meters are updating, so that's good. So I've got plenty of jobs and homes. Oh, I think I just have like too much stuff because I used a city plan and there's not enough people here. So they need water, I guess. I'll pop them down some water. You guys can have a little bit of water before I go. Do I have the resources for any of this? Need screws. Oh, but thanks to our friendly Place Everywhere, we can just put a water purifier. See, I don't mind using these anywhere. And I've heard some people complain they don't like them unless they're actually in water, but I like you get the little rain catcher up there, that little piece of cloth, and I'll just pretend that they're catching rainwater with this. And it's just it's a very efficient water catcher. Oh yeah, and look, we already have one right there, hidden away. Oh, that one doesn't have power though. So I guess we can just power it up. Let's just give some power then. Generators. Again, screws needed. Small generators it is. Let's see, that's an industrial plot. Man, I really want to go see what's going on with that battle. Let's go ahead and wire you up. There we go. We got a little more water. Probably not enough, but better than you guys had a minute ago. So off we go. All right. Let's see. Return to Kayla. We're not quite ready to do that because we want to go get another settlement started. So we will go to... I guess I haven't made it to Starlight, so we'll go... That's really close to Drumlin. Let's fast travel to Drumlin. And we can pick up some ammo while we're over here. I got to keep remembering to do that. I'm like constantly out of ammunition, so not only am I bad at combat, but I run out of bullets midway through. Alright, what do you got for me? Or did I probably bought her out last time I was in here. Whoa, hey.
Excuse me.
Need patching up?
Hey, the Nightingales are working. That was one of the things I tried to fix in the latest patch. No thank you. What do you got for sale?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Here you go.
And you got nothing. Okay, well, I got to fix their inventory still. Well, one step at a time. Voices, no inventory.
If you're here to trade, let's trade.
Okay, what do you got for me?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
It's all worth every cap I'm charging.
What do you got? Hey, you got ASIM sensors. I think I went through this already. I think you guys have already seen this with me coming to Trudy in particular and commenting on ASIM sensors. I guess you don't have enough fusion cells to bother. I think 5 is nothing. I need a lot more than that. No, I said no. Oh, I'm getting hit by my. I was playing Breath of the Wild yesterday, so now I've got my AB mixed around again. Come on, Nintendo, join the rest of us in the orientation. I know they got there first, but still. Alright, here we go. Starlight, let's kill some mole rats. No. Oh, sorry, dog meat. Thought you were a mole rat. There's still more. There they are. Oh, man. That is a lot of rads. Alright, let's go pop open this door here. How's my sound levels, guys? Do I need to change the volume of the game? Open sesame. Nope. Oh yeah, for everyone who hasn't been watching the patch notes like a hawk, the long save bug should be fixed. I think I've gotten a lot of reports saying it's fixed now, even without the F4SE thing. And if you have the F4SE DLL, you should be good to go. But yeah, the long save shall be no more. Hey, some chalk for what's his name? Yeah, we'll take some cement. Why not? And there we go. Alright. Oh, I guess we need a settler to do a city plan because I didn't turn on that cheat. Scrap, 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 scrap. Open up, open up, open up, open up. We got a radio to kill. Oops. How did that not... Do I have God mode on right now? I don't think so. Let's see. TGM. No, now it enabled. Yeah, I didn't have it on. So I just got really lucky that I didn't get smoked by that landmine. Isn't there a... Hey, I said off. Isn't there a bottle cap mine in here? Did I just dumb luck out of getting killed? I accept. Okay. Alright, let's build ourselves a beacon if we can. No. Rubber, copper, ceramic. What about a city planner's desk? Do we have anything close to building that? I bet we don't even have enough for that. TGM it is, because I just want to get this up and running. I won't cheat for my weapons, but I am going to cheat for settlement building. If that offends your senses, my apologies. Okay, recruitment beacon. And then we need to wait for our first guy to appear. In the meantime, I guess I'll just start scrapping like crazy since we're going to let the game tear it all down. Get some crafting materials. Not that I need steel. Give me the good stuff, guys. Give me the good stuff. Still no people. I'm thinking one more city plan should do it as far as getting us up to enough residential plots. Because we had 12 in... Well, I guess we had multi-person housing. So we have like probably 11 or probably 9 or 10 in Sanctuary. I think 5 in Abernathy. So maybe we need to do this and then one more city plan. And then it'll still be a little bit of time because we've got to wait for people to show up. But scrap, scrap, scrap. This is something I'm not used to doing manually. I'm so used to just letting the city plan handle it all. Give me your loot, though. Hey, aluminum. There we go. I needed that a minute ago. Hey, there we go. Person. Let's find out where they spawn at. I think they spawn over here outside of town and then walk in. I just had a flashback to Franktown versus Roundtown. Expecting Frank Ledank to walk up to me. Alright, I'm pretty sure they spawn over here somewhere and they walk in. Where are you guys? Scrap Town. Yes. Oh, that's probably got some light bulbs of copper, right? Yes. Excellent. Alright, any sign of our guy? Where are you at, people? I might have to just town meeting gavel this. Running out of time for this. Or we'll do a... Yeah, we'll use the gavel. That's why we meant. Nope, there he is. Nope, never mind. That's a light post, not a dude. Oh no, it was a guy. That's some good camo you got there, buddy. Alright, Mr. Settler. You are officially the city manager. We can just assign him in workshop mode. Settler's now in charge, Starlight Drive-in. Yep, tear it down. Oh, and I do have ASIM sensors because I think I robbed Jake blind of all of the sensors in the hardware store. Up we go. Here we go. Finish the cleanup. It's so fun to watch how fast the city plan code is now compared to SS1. I remember watching people Let's Play when Rise of the Commonwealth came out, and they would be swirling around in the air for like 2 full song plays. So it was like 6 or 7 minutes, and then for some folks who were on Xbox, it was like just like leave and go make a sandwich. It took so long. Yeah, I see you guys talking about the F4SE plugin. So Nukem made a plugin that fixes a problem with part of the engine, and it's actually like a good fix that will probably result in improvements anyway. And he's going to send it over to Ryan, who created Buff Out 4, to get it make it part of that. Assuming Ryan wants to do it, it's up to him. But Nukem said if Ryan is not interested, he'll release it as an official patch on Nexus. So if you don't want to wait, if you want to grab it, it is available on our forums. There's in the news section, you'll see that man, the music is really loud. You'll see that in the, I'm trying to think of where it would be. I probably linked it in the hotfix 2.0.0M post that I did. I assume I linked it there. Patrick Murray, when are the add-on settlement plan mega packs coming? So I don't think we're gonna do add-on mega packs this time, although XV Versus kind of has done that on his own with the Superstructures mod, which is like a mega pack of a bunch of old ones. But we are going to do a city plan mega pack, but it's gonna be a little interesting because we have so many city plans now that if we put them all in one ESP, like to get them all to Xbox players, you'd overrun your script data limit. So we're gonna have to come up with some creative way to do it. I'm not sure how we're going to approach that yet, but we will definitely, bare minimum, we're going to have a pack that's like all of the entries from Season 3. So those will be the entries that were built directly in SS2. And No Fuss, No Muss on our team has been doing ports of all of the finalists from Seasons 1 and 2. And we got, I'm going to say like 95% of them to port correctly. There were a couple that just would not port, so we had to abandon them. But most of them were able to port. So there's going to be a city plan pack sometime this year that's going to be monstrous. Just going to be like, I don't know, 200 city plans or something. Maybe I'm exaggerating. It's a lot. It's a whole lot of city. Maybe it's 100. There's just a boatload of city plans coming in a pack. So as far as add-on buildings, though, I don't think we're doing the mega packs for SS2. Okay, so we got a city plan here. What did he decide to build? What's his career? Actually, I can cheat it and see what his little subtitle ended up as. What did you get, mister? A machine disassembler. All right, so that must be, did we unlock machine parts already? Because that would be what he got, which is pretty cool. So we'll start generating some machine parts, although really we're going to need building material. Oh, we know what we need to do. We need to get Caravan services set up. So Now this looks like, that building looks like, I mean, machine parts disassembler would be for, yeah, gathering machine parts salvage yard. But this model looks like the building materials one, so I don't know what's going on there. Did we mix up our models or something? That's very odd. What about you? What are you? Organics hoarder? Sure. This doesn't seem right. Something's going funky on there. But we really need, most important thing is a caravan services so that we got enough building materials for stuff to build. So sorry, buddy. As much as I love the idea of you generating us some machine parts, we just need to get you guys in the network like right now. Whoa, what the heck? I've never seen that before. I hit the Xbox button on my controller and it brought up volume controls. Alright. Let's get you on there, see if we got enough resources for this. I should have enough random garbage in my inventory for it. Godzilla, did they tear the place down? I've seen a lot of people report that where they will build, yep, pay and build. They will build a city plan, the scrapping will happen, and then it seems that nobody builds anything. Like none of the stuff actually gets placed like this. Not sure what causes that for some folks because I've never had it happen, but as soon as somebody can show me how to repeat it, I will go fix it. My assumption usually when that happens, so a lot of SS2 is built on Workshop Framework, and so if anybody has a mod that's conflicting with Workshop Framework, it would cause all sorts of calamity with SS2. The number one thing that conflicts with Workshop Framework is unofficial patch. Now you can definitely have the two together. In fact, Workshop Framework started with a copy, with their blessing, of the unofficial patch Workshop scripts, and then I basically did all my enhancements on top of what they had done. So I kept their bug fixes, and then I made a bunch of enhancements to it to open it up as a sort of framework. And if you have Workshop Framework and unofficial patch installed, you need to make sure unofficial patch is higher in your load order. So when you go to the mod screen and go to load order, you should find unofficial patch somewhere before Workshop Framework. Otherwise, unofficial patch scripts will overwrite Workshop Framework and break all sorts of stuff. To the point where I would start a new save, it's that bad. Because it just messes up all of the Workshop system to have that happen. So, and there's occasionally a random mod that has conflicts like that, where it's like the mod author unintentionally included a Workshop script, and it just breaks all sorts of stuff. So it's an unfortunate... The unfortunate part of modding is like once you get past the state of having just, 2 or 3 mods, it becomes kind of like this secondary little job you have when you install new mods to go check and make sure that they work nice together. Yeah, get that stuff out of there. Okay, cool. So now we got a bunch of scrap. Am I only on scrap? No, there it goes. I was going to say, I know I'm on a higher level than scrap difficulty. I'm on the moderate. So yeah, we got 2,300 building materials, 240 organic. We're in good shape there. Okay, so this place will start building up. I actually think I'm going to go start another city plan because we need more beacons to start summoning people in. So let's get that going. So we'll go up this way. Didn't I? I could have sworn I did where there's smoke. I must have just not bothered to catch a map marker while I was up there. That was stupid because I could easily be right next to, I could have grabbed Outpost Ammonia over there. Although I'm probably going to die to the, what's his name? The bomb dude who's got the mini nuke launcher. Jim Simon, are Caravan services plots part of city plans, or do I need to change a plot? Yeah, I think, well, at least with the ones that we do. So all of the city plans that ship with SS2 have a Caravan services in their base design, but the assignments queue does not prioritize caravans, and that's probably something I need to change when I do my... I'm going to be doing a big city plan code update this year. Whoa. What is... Oh, am I still in God mode? Yes, I am. I was like, how did I not just get wrecked by that? So anyway, there's the priority system of what plots it assigns to first. Assigns to, I believe, agricultural and martial before it does municipal, and I probably need to, like, make that code a little more advanced and instead look at the building class to do something like assign caravan services the #1 priority, because that will handle food, water, and scrap all in one shot, which is pretty important and pretty valuable. So I probably need to do some tweaking like that. Hey, can I recruit you guys? Let's look at all these settlers out here. What are you guys doing?
Excuse me.
Yeah?
You want to come work for me?
You eat. It's simple as that.
No, come work for me, guys.
Ain't looking for trouble,
I got a lot of settlements. I can hook you up. This is where I wish I had my little
Easy living. This
workshop
one.
framework proof of concept patch. If you guys haven't seen this, on the workshop framework page, there's an optional file that lets you basically recruit any NPC in the game as a settler. It was a proof that it could be done. It wasn't meant to actually be something you'd play with. It was kind of like a, you know, encourage other mod authors to take the framework and make a mod around that, where you'd actually have like some system to actually recruit people, as opposed to just being able to like take any. Because literally, I think it like lets you take anybody. Like you could walk up to Maxon, like Elder Maxon, and just make him a settler. Come on, dog meat, get on him. Oh, I'm out of ammo. That explains why I'm not doing anything. Take the shot. There you go. Man, that was slow. Joe Braun, it conflicts because they both have copies of the workshop scripts. There's like 5 major scripts that run the workshop system, and both mods include them. Now, they aren't designed to conflict. Like the Vortex won't show them as conflicting because Vortex probably correctly sorts them automatically. If you're using it through Vortex, you probably don't have nothing to worry about. But if you're just on, you know, if you're just playing without a mod manager, then you're in charge of your own sorting. So it's like more for an Xbox player's warning. For Vortex players, you're good to go. Or if you're using loot, I don't know about, does Mod Organizer 2 use anything like that? Like, I think if you're using Mod Organizer 2, you're savvy enough to know how to deal with this stuff. Not so bad at combat when I'm fighting level 5 mobs. There we go. Alright, what else we got here? Okay. Now, where am I headed? I gotta be really close to 10 Pines, right? Yeah, it's right over here. I don't really need these sill beans, but I'm gonna loot them anyway, because I'm gonna loot-aholic. Poor dog meat, getting bit. Alright, folks, join the cause. Are you guys going to give me a quest or something? They're probably going to. They probably want me to join them up to the Minutemen. What do you got to say?
Hey there, friend. We're in some real trouble. Maybe you can help.
I'd
Sure.
be glad to help if I can.
It's these damn greenskins, the super mutants. Whenever they come through, we just have to run away or hide. They take everything.
I might just cheat and use Workshop Framework to hijack this settlement.
If they ever took us by surprise,
I'll help you guys one day.
we'd all be dead. We can't live like this. Please, you've got to help us.
Yeah,
I'll take care of those super mutants. I promise.
Good. I didn't know what we were gonna do.
Okay. And yeah, it's not allied. So here's a little thing you can do with Workshop Framework. And if you don't have MCM, you can actually do this from the holotape, which you can craft at a chem station. But if you go into Workshop Framework under Tools, you can just claim the current settlement you're in. Ta-da! Cheat mode. All right, let's see. Oh, and then we'll just cheat. Just gonna do all sorts of cheating. Oh, wow, that even with all those extra characters, it let me do TGM. All right, and then Mr. Ten Pines, you're in charge here. Speaking of Mr. Ten Pines, Nobody released the SS2 version of the leader pack today. So if you guys are looking for just a boatload of leaders, that came out today. I think it was today. That was right, Nobody? I think I saw you in chat already. You were waiting for me to get the big issues fixed before you released. Mr. Ten Pines is called Settler here because I don't have a mod to give him a name. So by default, there's the people in Oberland and in Ten Pines are just generic people named Settler, but they're technically unique NPCs. It's like a weird, I don't know why Bethesda did that. There we go. That was a real fast city plan. I didn't realize that was like a tenth of the time it took for Starlight. I wonder if my scripts just were catching up. Because we were definitely having something weird going on with the scripts when I was in Sanctuary, because it wasn't registering that I had any homes. Alright, let's see here. How's the HUD doing now? The HUD is one of the issues. Like, I know that was one of the... that's been one of the culprits we've been researching on the forums. There's a big thread when we were researching a long save issue in the HUD is actually one of the problem points of where we could do some work on optimization. The problem is like whenever you optimize that kind of code, you end up making the HUD less snappy, which is a bummer because you want your HUD to react and show you what the hell's going on. All right, is this our did we put Caravan services indoors here? That's an odd design decision. Let's see here. What are you assigned to? View details. What do we got here? Oh no, water plant. That makes more sense. Where is our Caravan? Some light here. I can see what the hell's going on. Let's see. This is a commercial. We don't need you yet. Marshall makes sense. Home up here. More res. We got a lot of residential. All right, where is? There's no way we would have shipped this thing without Caravan services. Generator room. Okay, power and water is inside. Are you in here, maybe? Nope, that's a home. Did we somehow get one without No, here it is. This has got to be it. Ta-da! Okay. Let's get one of these guys on that. Yep, you, sir. You are now our Caravan man. It's going to make me pay for it.
Okay.
Come on, give me the payment thing. I know it's coming. Oh, we don't have enough resources? Alright, let's see here. Then we are going to scrap some random stuff. Sorry, Brahmin, you might lose your feed trough here. How much do we need? I think we need 120 for it, so bye-bye trees. Hope you weren't part of the design, because you are now going to the cause. Alright, I think that's enough. Alright, let's see here. Start construction. What do we think? Yep, there we go. Ta-da! Alright, then I'm going to hang around and make sure that actually goes through, because that will be one of our most important pieces to make sure that these settlements can build up. But yeah, I definitely want to, that's definitely going to be one of the things I do when I revamp the city plan code is give it a smarter assignment order. We actually have something that's going to get patched in at some point that's going to add that as a capability to the mod. There's so much cool stuff we have like in the works or like basically completed and was waiting for us to get to regular patches. We've got more content, we got more quests. There's so much content coming, guys. Even before chapter 3, just like random stuff we have built up. So as far as I'm concerned, unless somebody comes up with something real nasty in the next 10 days, like we're going into regular patch cycle. So my goal is the next patch is 2.01. What's the date today? Let me see. Let me look at my calendar while we're waiting for this to build. Let's see. So I would guess that 2.01 will be on the 11th. So that'll be our first sign of some new content, and then I'm going to be like trying to get in quality of life stuff. So still bug fixes, obviously. There's plenty of bugs to fix. But moving into new content and quality of life as well. And I know we need a ton of quality of life for HQ. I know HQ is number one thing I see people are like, what the hell is the point of this place? Like, why am I choosing where to put bathrooms? There's, I understand your guys' concerns with HQ. HQ is like my baby that I had to cut his legs out from under him before we released because it was so complicated that it was going to drag out development for 6 more months to do everything I wanted to do. So, all right, there we go. We got Caravan services. Let's pop in workshop mode. Make sure we get the Caravan network connection. There we go. And give it a second to let it update. I want to know why bathrooms give you more engineering jobs. Well, somebody's got to take care of those pipes. You got to build that up. Yeah, some of our decisions about like what caused what jobs was a little bit of a reach, but because sometimes it was like the jobs are based on what you would do in those rooms, and sometimes it was the jobs would be what you build what you need to build to support those rooms. At the end of the day, though, it's about freedom. Like, one of the things with HQ that will make it a whole lot, it will make it make a whole lot more sense is once I get the Builder's Toolkit updated, because it's supposed to give you, you guys are supposed to have like way more options, not just, you know, most of the rooms you have one option for. So then it's like, well, why did I have to choose that? Why couldn't I just say, hey, build the damn place? Well, because in the long run, once add-on pack authors get a hold of it, you will be able to turn any room into whatever you want. So it's supposed to be like a RP palace in there, not supposed to be like forced to be specific things. Also, like in the main quest, if you, any of you guys who have played through Commonwealth Rising, you know, it kind of has you, why is my Caravan network not updating? That is really irritating. You know, you might be wondering, like, it tells you to go build a specific room into the power room, and like once the add-on pack authors have a hold of it, they can create power rooms anywhere, and then you don't have to do that one. That'll just be an option we shipped with. Same with all of it. A lot of it will make a lot more sense as we get more content and the add-on toolkit gets out there. But man, you guys have no idea how relieved I am to get that patch out last night. Like that patch was so important to me personally to get to like unchain myself from a lot of stuff that we're doing. Okay, I'm giving up on waiting for the Caravan. I'm sure we're just dealing with script lag or something. So let's pop over to Outpost Ammonia and add some more script lag to the system. But yeah, the having that long save fix, that feels so good. I'm waiting for some confirmation from Xbox players that it's fixed. I know it could be a while for them because Bethesda's system is so slow about giving you guys the actual patches. Oh, this was a mistake. Oh god. Missed me. Oh, that was a great shot with that grenade. Sorry, dog meat. Now let's see. Did any of them have a replacement grenade? Because I think I just blew my last two there. Yes, two more. Perfect. A lot of boards. You guys are just coming at me with the melee. All right. Yeah, quick save. We're going to Zmonia. Good call. I'll just do a regular save. Yeah, quick save for the because I'm gonna get nuked out of this world. Junkie's note. Hey, some jet. All right, aka emergency alternate stim packs. Does anybody, I haven't played Fallout 3 in ages. Does anybody remember in Fallout 3, did Jet have the slow time effect, or was that something new they added in Fallout 4? I remember I was like I never would ever use chems in the older Fallout games. Never in New Vegas, never in Fallout 3. And then when I finally, and then even Fallout 4, my first like 3 playthroughs, never touched them. Then I did my Raider character and I went crazy with it. I'm like, oh, these are awesome. Like they're just so much fun to use. And I don't know why I never used them. I think I was so worried about getting the negative effects, but with a dick doll, who cares? They're so much fun. Even without a dick doll, I'll take the addiction penalty. Yeah, new in 4. Okay, well that's why I like chems now. Let's see here. Straw pill. I feel like I want to become a loot hoarder again now that I've opened the door to crafting. Okay, here we go. So we need to find Big Papa and his... We'll take a free kill. Hide, 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 hide. Shh, dog meat, quiet. Shh, don't let him see you. Wait, am I in God mode again? Ah! Well, at least I didn't take a hit there. I got a free bullet out of that. Oh, I got free grenades out of the... You guys knew that happened too. I bet I just wasn't paying attention to chat. I killed the super mutants with those free grenades too. Unintentional. I should just install Workshop Plus and just use the free build mode. That way I won't have this problem. I've just been trying to keep the variable numbers way down so that I can learn a lot from the bugs we run into. Here comes the whistle sound. Missed me. Nope, got me that time. Knew that was coming. I watched 2 different YouTubers do the end of chapter 2, and they both did it differently, and I should not have watched them. Yeah, it's yeah. If you're playing through it, watching through it, man, you're spoiling yourself all sorts of places. But yeah, there's a lot of player choice in chapter 2, so you can get slightly different endings depending on what you do. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, I guess I should try and take him first instead of popping off his lackeys. Or maybe I need to get in close and just chuck a bunch of grenades. Or we go the mad route. I'll just rush him so that if he's going to take me out, he's going down with me. Where are you at, buddy? Jim Simon, thank you for the another donation. Shout out to Sir Rick for the Bethesda blog interview. Yeah, Sir Rick got interview on Bethesda. Man, it's so cool when Bethesda does stuff with us, like puts the mod in the front title screen. I feel so bad for PlayStation users though when they have to see that every time they log in, and then it's like, nope, you don't get to play it because Sony sucks. Here we go. Well, yeah, Sir Rick, the writer of the main quest, is there's an interview with him on the Bethesda page right now, which is pretty awesome.
I'll find you.
That's fine. You can find me. Where are you, buddy? There he is down there. Yep. Oh, Boomer, that's his name. Appropriate name, buddy. Go ahead and take out some cheap shots over here. You can't see me.
No sign of him now.
Alright, where are you, Boomer? There he is. Let's see. Okay, I broke his helmet. No, I don't. I think you're going to nuke me again. That's what I think. What is it? Is it F8? That I'm going to hit the wrong button, aren't I? I'm going to hit quick load by accident. Let's just do that. Alright, some construction in 10 Pines. Hey, buddy. I don't know how I'm getting away with this. I feel like every other time I've tried to sneak in this Let's Play, they catch me immediately. Although I think I... Uh-oh. No. Come on. Nope, that didn't go any good. You got me. Good thing I just quick saved. Boomer! Okay, let's try this again. No, there is ever need to hide. You one-shot me, buddy. There he is. Let's see.
Only a fucking coward, huh?
Got me again. Let's see how many times we gotta do this. I think I probably just need to chuck some grenades.
Only a fucking coward,
I am a coward. You are correct. Where is he? Oh, you missed. You missed. Oh wow, he does just suicide there. Okay. I was curious what would happen if I just bum rushed him. He's like, nah, we're both going. We're both going.
Show your face! Come on! I dare you!
Today's Let's Play will be how many loads to defeat Boomer. I think we're up to 4. Okay, what is so apparently Fat Man gets blanked out by YouTube chat? Are you kidding me? Is that like a protect people's feelings type of thing? Like they don't want people getting called Fat Man? What the heck? Head and arm off. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, so at least he's over here this time. I can try... Okay, where did you go now? Every time I try and go for the grenade route, he's gone. So loading saves in this game is very strange. Oops, caught a tree there. Alright, where are you guys?
Scared, huh? You should be.
God mode fusion core shot. I'm trying to at least not use God mode in combat. It's fun. I enjoy dying over and over again. Showing off how good I am at this game.
Show your face. Come on.
One of my favorite parts we did in my Conqueror Let's Play was like we would do... What just happened there? We would do death replays over and over again. Like we would just do hyper edits of like me dying 10 times. That was so much fun. Yeah, he's just... Boomer is just fearless with that thing. I tried that, Jim. I went right up on him and he nuked me right in my face. Did not work. We're going to get this. We're going to come up with a plan. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to use our fun jet. Okay, look. Oh, here he is. He's over behind the tree. Okay, let's get this. Where'd you go, buddy? Oh, that's fun to look at. The nuke explosion with jet on. Nope. Too slow on the second jet. That almost worked, though. I don't think I've gotten far enough in the MM to use that.
And quick.
Okay, this time he decides to come over here. Alright, let's see here. Nope, missed him. Jump to the mini nuke. Got him. Take that, fat man. The jet nuke jump, that was fantastic. Get him, dog meat. You got this. Get off my dog. Well, that was fun. I got to jet jump a mini nuke. Fantastic. There's only one turret here, right? I think there's one at the bottom of the hill, too, but... Alright. We'll go ahead and pop that off while we're up here. Oh, wait, isn't there a raider down there, too? Does he not come running in? Oh, no, those are mannequins. Alright. Pop this. Oh, there's another... There's two of them? Yeah, there's one in the... Oh, raider dog. That's what's over there. Sorry, little buddy. Hate to kill you, but... I don't think there's a way to make you friendly. Well, there is, just I don't have the perk. Sorry, Pooch. There's still something aggro in me. Oh, he's got 2 attack dogs. Sorry, pup. Alright. Now, is there a workbench here? I think there's a workbench here, isn't there? I can... well, I guess I can throw it on the ground and scrap it. I don't want to leave a fat man laying on the ground for some settler to pick up. Because that's always awkward. I also don't want to use this much carry weight. And drop. I think I can just scrap it in workshop mode, right? Oh, I gotta take the workshop first. And we should not leave that. There we go. Alright. Scrap you. There we go. And let's get ourselves a beacon. What do we need? Ceramic and copper. No, actually we don't need any of that, do we? We just... No one has to know. Okay, beacon. And a little desk. And we wait for our first settler to arrive. Okay. Well, we got some nice combat in today. Didn't expect to spend that much time doing that, but it was fun for me. Hope it was good for you too. Alright, while we wait, I can, yeah, save. Good idea. Let's do save LP day 6 is ammonia. Boop. There we go. Oscar Fry, can you please make a mod that allows the super mutant to use Fat Mans? Will they not use Fat Mans? That's interesting. Oh, is it day 7? Yeah, you're right. Oh well. Yeah, we'll fix it. Because otherwise I'm gonna just use, I'm gonna forget which save I'm on. Day 7. Doop. There we go. Alright. And now the waiting game. Well, I guess we'll just scrap a bunch of stuff so we have enough resources to build our caravan services, and then we get back to questing. I don't think I need to do any more settlements right now. That should be enough to get things rolling so that we can get our 30 residential we need to start triggering some of the quest stuff. I think we can also get, there's a shortcut to the CPD through finishing Caleb's quest line too, so we'll probably end up with that through there. But Nightingales, I don't want to have to wait till the end of chapter 2, because that's the other way you get it. Nightingales, you get a forced, you get a, I wouldn't call it a shortcut, it's like you get another way to them. Oh cool, we got 3 people here. You are our leader. You get the Nightingales you can get access to either through the 30 residential plots or through completing most of the chapter 2 storyline, and then it gets to a point where it forces it to appear. Whoa, Hagao Comics, that's a huge donation. Thank you so much. This playthrough has driven me to start a new playthrough. Hope everyone on the team is doing well. Well, you can hear my voice. I got myself a little bronchitis, but I am surviving, and happy to be damaging my vocal cords for you all, because I love doing this. The Wednesday nights are so fun. It's like some time to be involved with the community without the stress, because you guys are pretty chill. Sometimes the forums can get a little intense, but you guys are always chill during my live stream, which I appreciate. And thank you, Ageo, for the huge donation. You could have bought yourself 3 brand new games for that. That's hopefully, if you typoed that and you didn't mean to donate that much, please let me know. I will refund you as soon as the stream's over. But holy cow, thank you. Okay, so now we got another thing here. So now we need to find our municipal plot and make sure we got caravan services incoming. Where the heck would that be? Maybe up here. Here's a municipal. That one's not assigned anything yet. Sometimes it takes a few minutes after you build a city plan before the building plans get assigned. So part of the way the city plan works so fast now is it does threading, so it does it in kind of phases. So some of the data gets applied one plot at a time later, so that way you don't get stuck flying around the settlement for half an hour. You can go on and do other things while the thing catches up. That's also why we get a lot of script lag. So a lot of times if you go report bugs on the forum, people will tell you, well, wait 15-20 minutes, see if it's just script lag. It's because it very often is. Because we are not shy about using scripts, especially with complex stuff like city plans. Like, there's just no way around it. All right, let's see. Oh, that's not municipal. Wait, was I checking the wrong plot? No, here's the municipal. All right. Oh, you covered our YouTube tax. Thank you. Let's see here. Caravan services. And that was manually assigned somebody. I hope I'm not grabbing the leader here. Oh, that was the mistake I did at the other settlement. I assigned the leader. Although, one of the things that's interesting about the city plans we shipped with, you don't actually need to keep the leader in place because they can't upgrade. Our default city plans are single level. Mostly because anything more than that just wrecks Xbox players and people with low-end systems. So we shipped with single level, and then if you want the multi-level, you need to download either Rise of the Commonwealth, or you can download the... oh, she actually had something that might be better for me. You can download Rise of the Commonwealth, or download one of the many city plans people have released for the city plan contest. So if you're looking for city plans that level up, do not rely on the ones that ship with SS2. Let's see, apparel, is this thing it's better on energy damage. This thing's way better on physical damage. Well, we're not dealing with a lot of energy yet, so we'll ditch that with the old army helmet with Jake. Oh wait, no, that's the red batting helmet. We're still wearing that. Okay, cool. All right, let's get back to questing. Oh, pardon me. So we got a whole bunch of city plans started. That's hopefully enough to get the stuff to start firing off. So we'll resave that before we fast travel, just in case. And then let's go talk to Caleb again, because we might be able to trigger CPD that way, because I think we're like halfway through those quests. I think with, for those of you guys who watched last week, with Brannigan, I was worried that he was broken. And I think it was just that when I talked to Sag after he was our guest last week, he does a lot of the quest implementation, and we think that it was because I was using all the console commands to force the game time to different hours, is that we think it just created some craziness with the timers. So Brannigan, because I've watched people do Let's Plays since I did my last one, and they had Brannigan's second quest pop just fine. So I think I just screwed it up with all my console command nonsense.
Remind me to take that up with Jay.
Don't forget God mode. Thank you. Let's see. What are you talking about, Jake? Caleb, where are you at? He's just sleeping in the room with corpses. Not interested in cleaning them up. Is this a new corpse? Because I would have taken a stim pack. He's just collecting bodies. You weirdo. No wonder you got kicked off the CPD.
Hi.
Attardi Snafu, can you attempt to finish Caleb's questline? It's not finishing for
Still
me.
breathing?
Yeah, I'll definitely try and
What have
finish
you
it.
got there?
It was my pleasure to help
I don't know if I'll get it all done tonight, but we're going to get it done eventually.
Indeed. I feel like we're getting closer now. I can almost smell him. Let me do some research and I'll try and get a fix on our next target.
There we go. Hunt for Boris done. So one of the guys on our team, Sherlock, actually reported to me today that he was having trouble with the final quest in Caleb's line. He said he killed the guy and then Caleb won't talk to him. So if that's the same issue you're having, Tardy, then that is on my to-do list. I'm hoping we don't run into it. I'm hoping it's just like a consequence of certain choices. But there's also the Caleb quest line actually has like 4 different endings, so, or 3 or 4 different endings to it. So I might end up with a different ending than you did anyway. All right, let's go check on Brannigan again, see if that one's ready to go. And we also, I think we have the Alyssa quest. Yeah, fire up the presses, but I think I'm going to wait to just do that when I'm picking up the pieces so I don't have to keep tromping back and forth. But we might as well grab Brannigan's second quest, because it has you pick up a bunch of random stuff that I might just stumble upon when we're out and about. Tire air, no thank you. Rex, I am stuck recruiting and assigning staff engineering. How, where to find them? So you basically in HQ just start building random stuff until you'll start finding rooms. Like whenever you clean a room, it'll ask you to choose what you want to use that room for. And some of them should have like
might have to put a sign, "Do not engage the Bobby." Well, hey there again, stranger.
Hey, it is going to work this time. So hold on, I'll pause it so I can finish answering this question. So Rex, one of the things that we lack in HQ and I need to get better UI for, and part of it was just like we're super limited what we can do with the HUD, but I'm going to figure out more stuff, is a way to know what the room choices you choose are going to actually do for it. But you should be able to figure out some that will offer engineering jobs, and that allows you to assign more people to engineering. So the easiest ones are bathrooms. They're real cheap to build, and they'll let you assign more engineers. As far as people, you can assign anybody to any department. It doesn't matter. It's a designed to be total freedom. The whole place is supposed to be a sandbox for you guys to do whatever you want with. There's like some minor rules to keep you from just like finishing all of HQ in an hour. So it's, there's some things that are kind of gateways for the sake of getting you to go back and forth and feel like it's building up over time and you're kind of earning your way through it in the same way we have plot level ups. But yeah, you can assign anybody to engineering, but the ideal people, is it engineering perception? I think that's what it is. Okay, we got another super chat. Oscar N1N7. Hey KG, love the writing and quest design. Just finished End of the Beginning. I had a blast with the battle. Seemingly little things like discussions with each character before and after the fight make such a difference. Thank you for the donation. I agree. That's that's stuff that we love to add, and we're going to be adding a lot more in Chapter 3. I would say I will bet about half of our Chapter 3 dialogue is just like little flavor stuff like that to make the characters feel more alive.
See little old me. As you can see, I've managed to clean the place up a bit. Now that you're here, I'd like to put forth a genuine once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be an official associate of the up-and-coming Concord Brahmin Caravan.
What's a Brahmin?
A caravan? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about expansion, friend. Picture this. A never-ending roadway stretching across this late, great America.
Alex Ma, there's a lot of people are having trouble with the HQ stuff. It's something that's on my list to address. I just played through the whole HQ quest line literally today, and it worked fine. So likely I just need to get some saves from folks and figure out what's going on. Why is it working for me so well and not for others? I did fix a major bug in HQ in the last patch, which was that some of you guys were probably having problems with scrap logistics, which is something that I need to find a better way to explain because I know it's confusing to a lot of folks. It's not intuitive right now, and it needs to be. It's like in my head, and when I look at the meters, it's very intuitive to me, but I need a better way to explain it in game. But anyway, there was a problem with HQ. It was assigning a negative 3,000 value to scrap, and I think that was breaking scrap logistics, and that should be fixed with the M patch when you install it. But I don't know if that fixes the scrap logistics or not. I didn't have a save to test with.
What kind of work will we be doing?
In order to secure my spot as this area...
Yeah, the two parts of the mod that need the most work and that are going to get heavy patching this year are HQ and the city plans. Both of them are going to get like dedicated big patches where it'll just be almost probably like 2.1.0 and 2.2.0 will be a city plan overhaul and an HQ overhaul because they're just, they need a lot of love.
Commonwealth. I'll give you the location. The second thing is food itself. I got word of a few different spots that may have some lying around, but we'll have to get to that later. And after we get some food,
I watched what does he go by, Kotabos or something, play this the other day, and I never noticed when I don't think we did this intentionally when we designed these places, but he asks you for sugar bombs, and he's got all of them in his house, which is kind of funny. I don't think that was intentional.
The other two you'll find all over. I got leads on a couple of spots, but both have issues. One's got a bunch of rad roaches that have been chewing down on the stuff, and the other's an old store overrun with ghouls. Whichever you go after, I'll thank you in advance for your courage.
Okay, here we go. So I think we can just find, sugar bombs. It's just laying around here. I'll just grab those. Thank you. All these, so I think the houses were designed, Uit, how many of you guys know him because he designed a lot of buildings. Probably has the most buildings of anybody in the add-on community. Did a lot of these building designs for the people. I think him and Ono did pretty much everybody's. They designed everybody's homes in Unconquered and the church and everything. Let's see here. So all that stuff. What else do we need? Razor green and corn. Oh, I'm sure I can just grab that from the settlement. So let's grab the feed trough and the other thing. So feed trough up here. And where's the other one? I think we have a couple different spots you can go to do it. Yeah, we'll go to wherever that is right there. All right, let's run up north here and clear the feed trough. I think just got to kill a couple of raiders up there. I feel like a raider expert after that mini nuke jump. I can do anything. Although I don't know if this, I think the Let's Play peaked when we had the camera equipped at the start of Where There's Smoke. That was so funny. I don't know if we'll ever have a moment that good again. Let's see here. Hello, Mr. Raider. Good morning. Oh, he stood up right as I shot. Good job, dog meat. Uh-oh. Get him, dog meat. Get him. Oh, I don't think so. I've never heard him say that. I'm coming for your little dog next. I missed. The pool of lines for the raiders in this game is very impressive. Like when we started digging in to figure out what kind of lines we needed for our own raiders for Conqueror, it was like, holy cow, their pools are deep. There you go. Man, I'm running out of ammo again. Gonna have to get back to Diamond City and stock up. Oh, hey, look, we got some settlements NPC. I forgot about this person over here.
Saints, fancy meeting you out here. Heard you're new to the area, or old to it, I guess. All this must look so different to you. Bet the fishing used to be something else, though.
So if you come talk to Hesper over here, this conversation, it doesn't matter really what you say. It's just kind of introducing you to her. And then later, once you start doing railroad quest lines, she'll show up later as a settler. So I think this is a requirement. You have to do this part first, and then it adds her to the list of recruitable settlers.
Oh, that's funny. A fisher like me appreciates any good joke about angling. I'll be on my way. Good fishing in these parts, if you know where to look.
Yeah, so now that should add Esper to the pool if we ever decide to go do railroad. Which I think I mentioned it on the first day of the stream, like whether or not I do all the side content and stuff just depends on if we want to keep this going after I finish chapter 2. Uncertain. I mean, at the rate we're going right now, I'm having a blast. I would keep doing this forever. And in the past, I've called my Let's Play the Forever Let's Play because I intended to do it, because it's good to have kind of my finger on the pulse of the game as it stands, like what is in the mod and what's working and what's not. Oh, here we go. So it's a good exercise for me to play, but sometimes real life says nope. Whoa.
Don't you die!
No, I want, there we go. Gotcha. Raider breeder letter. Oh yeah, and then I think we give the letter to Bran again. Alright, let's see what we can find here. I think this is where, I think there's a mini nuke hidden over here somewhere. Not that we need it, but... Or maybe, did we add that in to Conqueror, maybe? Oh, another attack dog. 2 attack dogs. So, why do you have a bottle cap? Give me that. Alright, where's that other dog? There you are. Pop. This guy doesn't come alive when you rob this, does he? Apparently not. Okay. Hey, buddy. Don't mind me. I just need your duct tape.
Excellent.
Take some circuit boards. Don't need them, but just I'm a collectaholic. Hey, we definitely need these stim packs, though. Although now that I got this decent sniper rifle, I haven't had to stim much. Just need my jet for mini nuke jumping. I'm sure. Yeah, there it is. I know there's a mini nuke over here. Oh, is it stuck? Give me that. There we go. Oscar N171, thank you again for another huge donation. Really hoping Quincy plays a role in Chapter 3. It felt like such a missed opportunity in the base game, considering how much it's mentioned. Either way, I'm sure Chapter 3 will be amazing. Yeah, excuse me, it was super disappointing to see Quincy left hanging like that, like with like all these things talking about it. Like it seemed like there was supposed to be a big quest line, involving gunners and Minutemen that just never happened. But yeah, it is what it is. And then when they released that Creation Club content and they touched on Quincy, it was like, oh, they don't ever do voices in Creation Club content, so it was really disappointing. Do I want this? I don't really collect power armor, but we'll wear it while we walk home. Whoa, what was that? Oh, dog meat picking a fight with a legendary red stag. Okay. I'll use my last 5. And what do I have for ammo? Maybe this is a time while he's tanking, I can use my double barrel shotgun. Yep, that worked nice. Kneecapper. That is a really lame combo for a laser musket. Okay. Well, now I'm just gonna shoot your mate too. I guess I can go cook some red stag meat, so I've got some carrying capacity if I need it. All right. What else do we need here? Food trough is clear, and this thing over here. Okay, let's go to Starlight. How are we doing, Starlight? Looking pretty sad so far. You guys need some more residents. It's just one. Wait, I thought there were 3 people here when I started. Oh no, that was Zimonia that had that. Just this lonely dude. But he is flush. Look at that. Water 6, defense 21, beds 4, food for himself. This guy's winning at life. I don't know why he has 1 food. Oh, he has the okay. So he has 1 food because the caravan services are working as they're supposed to. So the when caravan services is working correctly, and it looks like we accidentally have 2 in this city plan. What'll end up? I wonder if I assigned 1 manually. When it's working correctly, it will update food and water to show that the correct amount is there, so that way happiness works correctly. But I know it does not always work. I don't know if you guys have seen this before. This is something we added in SS2. If you scrap the ASAM sensor, you get the menu, so you don't have to exit build mode if you don't want to. We'll make this one a... We don't need a cemetery, because we are not playing with settler deaths on. There's a big water generator there, so power plant it is. Let that be a power plant when it's ready. Okay, let's go to finish this quest, which is right down over here. I guess I don't need this power armor. Let's just leave it here. Maybe we'll come back and our dude will be in it. I'll leave the fusion core in it. That's fine. I don't need fusion cores. I guess I could be selling them for ammo. No, I'm not going to pay for it. You guys figure it out on your own. That might have just canceled the assignment of that building plan, but whatever. I can fix it later. Fix it in post. Alright, now let's see if I wander through town over here and get nuked again, because I know there's that dude up by the billboards with a nuke. I think I got hit by him in the first day of streaming, but or maybe one of the first days. Or maybe it wasn't this Let's Play. I've gotten killed by that dude many times. Let's see. Can we get in through here?
Security's too
No,
good.
I don't have hacker. I haven't been bothering. I think I chose not to do hacker and locksmith because they're really boring to watch people do. So I didn't want to make you guys deal with that. What do we got here? All I want are bullets. 3 more money. The best stuff for trading. Those are worth so much money. Mr. Handy Fuel. Do those weigh or are those light? I can't remember. Junk. Mr. Handy Fuel. Too much. Weighs too much. Bye bye. We ain't got time for you. Alright, in we go. Every time I come in here, I think of Jammer sending us on his little mission. That was the one quest that never made sense. One of the quests that never made sense in Conqueror. It's one of those ones where if we port Conqueror, we'll probably change it because it was always weird. It was like, why does he have you going and fetching a briefcase and then never mentions it again? And I think it was a plant for. So when we first were doing Conqueror, we didn't have the plans, like we didn't plan on making it a super long quest line. It was going to be just a replacement for Shank, but the writer, Super Weevil, asked if he could like plant some seeds in case we decided to pursue more, that he could like some threads he could tug on to continue the story. And I was like, sure, that sounds like fun. Won't hurt anything to have it in there. And then I think the briefcase was one where he couldn't figure out, he didn't really know what he was going to do with it and just never proceeded with it, so it ended up being kind of a non-starter. Doesn't really lead to anything at all. Alright, here we go. Somebody mowing down. Hey, buddy. Oh, are you kidding me? You can't shoot through that? I'll take some jet. Yes, please. Let's see. Speaking of jet, hey, buddy. Interesting. Getting all sorts of cool double barrels. Nope, not you. Whoa. Are you kidding me? Why was that guy so fast? That was ridiculous. Hopefully I got an autosave in there. Ah, Keldin, yeah, that's some good headcanon. I accept that. That works for me. I think it was supposed to be something like we actually have a special model for it, and it was modeled after the briefcase from God, I can see them in what? God, why can't I think of Pulp Fiction? So it was modeled to be like that, the mysterious, like golden glow. Whoa there. I'm taking your toothbrush, buddy. Yeah, what was up with that super speed ghoul? He was chemmed out. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, wrong one. Wrong room. Okay, let's see. I'll try this again. Light this on fire. Get him, doggo. Hold him down. No, you're a tank. You're on tank duty. Oh, that time I got a plasma one. Alright. Although I think this 2-shot is one of the better ones you can get, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think I'm getting much better than 2-shot. There's our feed bags. Alright, so now we just need to find... Nope, I said I'm not going to do any lockpicking, unless I actually need to for quest reasons. Hey, here we go. Is that some 308 rounds I just got? Oh wait, is that my correct sniper rifle? Or did I change? Powerful sniper rifle. We need to update here. And then I like this 2-shot double barrel for these close encounters. And our tactical... No, that's the laser pistol. We're not using the security baton again. I also should just get rid of this minigun, but I think I'll... Oh, I guess I got some more fusion cells now. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, lame. Come here. 2 of you. 3 of you. Which one of you is the super speed demon? Oh, a whole bunch of you. Whoops. Oh, sorry, doggo. You had him. Did not remember there were this many in here. You guys all done? We don't need melons, right? It was razor green and something else. Razor green and corn. Don't need melons, but I'm going to take one anyway. I'm hungry. I actually should just start eating, noshing on some stuff I got here. What's our Nuka-Cola situation? Nuka Cherry it is. Anybody else alive in here? I feel like there's a couple of, yep, of those things. What do we got? Auto stem leather right leg. Probably not using you. Buff out, no corn. It is kind of funny how their loot tables work, that often you'll find like corn, corn and stuff inside of old derelict buildings. Thank you. Hey, another one. Jesus, there's this many of them in here? More. My God. A lot of legendaries in here too. The never-ending pipe pistol. I think there's one that like falls down from this window or something in here. There he is. Oh, doggo, have a stim pack. .308 rounds, yes please. I love catching those guys mid-animation. That's satisfying. Nope, not corn. Just a carrot. I really am not intending to like clear this whole place out. I'm legitimately trying to find my way out of here. Like, I know I can run back out the front door, but I was going to go open up the garage. I think you have to go downstairs for that. There it is. Another one? And we'll take fusion core. Why not? There we go. Yeah, no doubt it does seem to have a lot of goals. I don't remember. Oh, we're about to pop a level. Cool. Yeah, I don't remember that place being that stocked full of guys. Are you going to come alive too? Nope. No, you do have a friend in here though. And there's that level. Yep. You got him, doggo. Oh, come on. Alright. Well, is that the one that'll get me a bunch of extra, of the, like, higher end loot that I keep needing and never have? Oh, I could also get gun nut rank, too. Where is Scrounger? That's an intelligence, right? It's Scrapper is what I was thinking. Which one's Scrounger? Scrounger, just keep your fight going, find more ammunition and containers. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I always like taking my existing perks and leveling them up when I can. Local leader. No, we don't care about that. Second level local leader. I kind of want gun nut rank too. But yeah, at this point I just keep running out of ammo. So Scrounger it is. Okay, where are we off to next? Data. I still need the... Okay, let's go back to Sanctuary and see if we've got some of those plants just laying around so we can finish off the Brannigan quest. Yeah, Bird Up, thanks for reporting that. I want to hear more and more people telling me it's working because I'm afraid that it's not. Like, if it's not working, then I want to know before we pay out the bounty to the person who solved it, because then I got to get them to do some more work and figure out what the hell's going on. But I'm pretty sure it's fixed. It feels pretty good right now. Oh, there's a bunch of cool stuff in here, except no corn and no razor grain. So let's go check. Did I just grab everything? No. Okay. I thought I hit the wrong button there. All right, let's go check our farms and see if there's anything lootable we can take. Really? This is all you guys have done, or are all the crops buried under the ground? Let's see. Large. Oh, it's a gourd field. You wouldn't have been able to help me anyway.
Nicer homes, more places to work, that kind of thing.
Alright, let's go try our luck in Abernathy, I guess, because I think I replaced all of their potatoes with some settlements with plots, so they may have some food we can steal. Alright, what's our situation here now? I might as well pop back in. Let's see if the meters are going to update today. Hey, there they go. Now they're all full. Jobs and homes are good. Wow, we are cruising through our building supplies. So that's the caravan's working. It's sharing them over with the other guys. Oh,
Yeah.
There we go. You got some ammo?
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
I won't rob you this time.
Let's see what you've got.
I have a little bit of everything.
Hey, there we go. 308. Yes, please. And then let's see. What can I sell to her? Because I was just talking about getting rid of some stuff. You can have this stupid thing. This minigun we're not going to use again. Yep, how about that? Don't need that. Security baton. Have some weaponry. And then we will just take some... Yeah, probably going to need a dictol because I am chugging the jet. It's going to bite me in the butt eventually. What do you got here? Do you have any... No, we don't need any of that. Yeah, we'll just exit this with plus 20 caps. And a bunch of new sniper rifle ammo. That works for me. What do we got here? Yeah, okay. Did I grab the frags out of here? Yes, I did. Let's see. Oh, man, a lot of messages coming up. Razor grain is at University Point. Corn in the shop near the home from Hangman's Alley. Okay, I can go grab those. If I don't get it this stream, I'll just probably just cheat it into my inventory just so we can finish the quest. Thiago Sundfeld, do your mod rewrite the vanilla scavenger thing, or does it still produce random trash? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about random trash at your settlements? No, it doesn't rewrite any of that. So the thing is only the industrial junk scavenging plot has the ratings to produce that. So in SS1, all industrial plots produced junk, but we found that was pretty broken. It was, just making every settlement stupid rich, and there was no balance left to crafting. So we got rid of that, and now if you want that, you have to specifically choose the junk type. Let's see here. What do we got? Burnt Manta Man comic, not very useful. Oh, I'll take a stim pack though. Oh, I forgot to hit trade. Transfer. Or did I take it? Oh, it's not a trade system. That's right. I just take it in my inventory. Okay, so we're looking for... Do you guys have any farm plots? Yeah, you got one over here. What is it? No, I don't want to shoot the sensor. All the gourd fields. Get out of here with that. We're going to change you. You are going to... What do we need? Cornfield? Yeah, you're going to be a cornfield now. You guys grow some corn for me. Although it's probably not going to be available immediately. Yeah, you can take some building materials. That's fine. I might just be inventory cheating this here, because I don't want to run all over the place trying to find this stuff. We're trying to show you guys quests, not... we've done enough non-questy stuff today. Alright, let's go to Bran again. We will just pop that stuff in my inventory. I don't know why the vid quality would have changed. I've got an excellent connection right now, and I don't have auto quality on my stream. It's set to, I think I'm doing 5K bitrate, which should be pretty decent. Alright, what do we need? We need corn, help, corn, 4, and that is POTN is the type, I think. Let's see. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. I guess it's not potion. What is the shortcut for that? Maybe we gotta do corn 4? I can't remember what the 4-letter code is for potions, or for aid items. Oh, somebody's got the form IDs for me. Thank you, guys. Player add item. What do we got here? 199489. I don't remember how many I need of each, so we'll do 5. Player add item. E0043. There we go. Oh, is that fresh? Is fresh corn gonna work? I don't know if fresh corn will work. Where's our guy? Is he sleeping under the bed again? Brannigan. Oh, I bet he's at the church right now. I bet it's around 9 o'clock. Maybe we can catch another sermon. Alk, that's what it is. Thanks, guys. I couldn't remember what the code for it was. There's old Jakey boy.
You find pretty things. Bring pretty things to Dylan. Dylan make Connor pretty thing.
Hey, you're talking over the pastor. Did we already get this miscellaneous objective completed? I think we might have. Nope, we didn't. All right, let's pop squat.
Envy is not jealous. Jealous at its base is a desire to hold on.
He's supposed to stand right behind the lectern, but what's funny is we have him do at the end of all of his why can't I think of it? His sermons, he does this animation where he kind of like guides you over, and at the end of that animation, the characters do like this little arm, like this little wheel motion with their arm, and he always sends the Bible flying, which I left it in there because it was too funny the first time it happened. But now he's standing to the side for some reason.
Perhaps you deal with envy. You push it down with you and seal it with the hopes of your future deeds.
Nerdwork Network, just want to say thank you to you and your team. You all do amazing work and always making me want to play Fallout 4 over and over again. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Appreciate that.
My confessional is open to all who would be.
All right, as soon as we get this Brannigan quest turned in, I think we're going to switch over to Q&A mode. I'll be in full engagement. We're going to bring on Cynical Bounce, assuming she's listening and is awake. Did I not get the update? There it goes. 10-1 pastor sermons. Not that it matters. It's not like there's a quest reward or something.
Let's do this again sometime.
Hey.
Hey there.
I got your stuff, buddy.
You got what I asked you to get? Or did you just want to talk?
Here you go.
Boy, I'll send some of these boys over to pick it up later. Thank you for that one.
Huh?
I got to get this quest fixed to make him take everything at once.
I asked you to get.
A few bags.
Sure, huh?
Uh-huh.
Hey there.
Yeah.
I asked you to get.
Need to update this.
You just want to talk?
Oh. Why is there a blank option there? That's broken.
Well, if you could.
Yeah, it must not count fresh corn. Did you guys already give me the code for corn?
Huh?
Yeah, there it is. Player.add item 330F85. That should be enough. There we go.
May the Lord guide your hand to strike true and spare those who are doing His work from injury.
Or did you just want to talk?
There you go.
Hot damn! Now that's a hard worker. You see this, Bobby?
Yeah, you see this, Bobby? Just you open up your console, create yourself what you need out of thin air.
Workers' rights or living wages. Well, that looks like it's about everything we needed. I thank you kindly for your hard work. Here's a little compensation for it. It'll take me a while to get everything set up, so why don't you swing by later for our grand opening deal? Buy 2 Brahmin for the price of 3.
Very, very good deal. Thank you, Brannigan.
Yeah.
All right, let's get quest completion here. What's this one? Is this the sermon? Help wanted. Which one is this? Skilled someone understands the power of the written word. Oh yeah, we already found her. So that was for the marker to get Alyssa. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, let's save here. It was a good session. Built up a lot of settlements. Day 7, end of session. We had 0 long saves, which is expected now. I only died like 20 times. So we're doing pretty good here. All right, let me let's go to a settlement, so that way if you guys need me to show you anything in settlement gameplay, and then we're going to bring on Cynical Bounce, who is an awesome artist on our team. Let's see here. And of course, we get a nice long load time while we wait. There it goes. Like, it'll tell me we're getting a long save right then after we just declare it dead. All right, let's go set game hour to 11. Force weather nice and shiny out. And set time scale to 0.1. And there we go. All right, let's ring Cynical. And hopefully I've got OBS set up correctly. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
How was your evening?
Yeah, I've been watching.
Fantastic.
Sometimes you just die over and over.
I am an amazing.
Keep ramming your head against it until.
I am an amazing player. What can I say?
Dangerous.
Yeah, I have no trouble bashing my head against things over and over again. That is something I'm good at.
I think usually that's the moment where I pause and reconsider the strategy a little.
I mean, I did. I eventually switched to Jet, but it took me a few times of eating a nuke to the face to get there. Welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah.
Cynical, you do a lot on the team. You joined up to do concept art originally. Is that accurate? or was it just 2D work in general? I don't remember.
2D. Okay, so basically, I remember it was years and years and years ago. I believe the first year of Sim Settlements cycles.
Yeah.
And I saw. I wasn't even playing Fallout at the time. I saw a video of yours because I was still keeping up with the mod because it was like one of the only ones that was like super cool, even if I wasn't playing. And you had a call for an artist because Ruined World had fractured or broken his wrist. And I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And I messaged you, and you liked everything that I was doing, and yeah, the rest, as they say, is history. So.
Yeah, you did some really cool. I remember the first art you showed me. I remember there was this really cool picture you did of Hancock. If you've got that, I'll show it to people. I'll put it up there. It was really awesome.
Oh god, that's ancient stuff.
It was still really good. I know your stuff has like gone up leaps and bounds since then, but are you ashamed of it? Is that bad?
I actually have to dig through like archive folders to do that.
But yeah, when I saw that, I was like,
you can while we talk, I guess.
Okay, that would be yeah. I would definitely want to show that. You had that. There was that and one other one, but that one was the one was like, oh yeah, she could nail the magazine art for sure. Which is originally what I wanted, was just people to do magazine art.
That was actually the only reason I even put it up. It wasn't something I would have considered to be like a portfolio piece, and I actually didn't have a portfolio at all. I was just like, okay, well, I should probably put something up to show. It's like, okay, what do I have that looks the most polished?
Yeah.
And that was it.
Now you've got yourself quite the portfolio. Even if you just use your Sim Settlements work, like you've got so much stuff that you've done.
But the thing with that is, yeah, just like a lot of the stuff that I'm most proud of, I can't actually show until we actually launch.
That's true. That's true.
So.
We can show a lot of it now though, which I'll pop some up on screen in a minute here. So, but what else do you do on the team? You've done a lot. So, oh my God, Preston.
I wrote the
Preston.
Nightingales.
Hold on, Preston is getting disabled. Sorry. No. There we go. Okay, yeah, you wrote the Nightingales.
I wrote the Nightingales. I implemented the dialogue for them. SAG did all the actual heavy lifting on implementing them.
SAG would have words with you about that.
SAG can get in line. Okay. No, he's great. He absolutely nailed it. He did a lot of like the real heavy lifting on it, which I'm really grateful to him for. I'm writing the NLDC going forward, and I'm the editor, I suppose you would say. That's like official now. I've been Cyric's like sounding board for a couple of years now, and now I'm like officially the grammar checker because we've had trouble with that.
We almost
I might
need
as well take the job over properly. So
there's a secondary title that not just grammar checker, but you're also in charge of eliminating Britishisms that the rest of our writers sneak in.
That's what sounding board means. We sit in a call and we read through the script and like, you sound too British here. Come on.
Yeah,
nobody does that in America.
So
I don't even live in America, and I know that.
For chapter 3, everybody, we had 3 writers. 2 of them are from the UK. So if you notice a lot of, we had 5 writers. Do we have 5 total? Because we also had Sherlock and Joy did some stuff. But of the majority of the content, we had 2 British writers and 1 Australian. So like we had like a lot of foreign stuff sneaking into the script. Sometimes the voice actors would catch it and change it, and then sometimes it slipped right through. But yeah, that's a secondary title for you, is to catch the Britishisms. You've done a lot of other stuff though, because like you're like me. When there's jobs to be done, even if they're shitty jobs, you're just like, well, they got to be done, which I always appreciate about you. And I learned that especially during Rise of the Commonwealth, because you were one of the people who like grinded all night with me to get the stupid mistake that I made fixed.
I bitterly remember that.
You'll never forget that, right? So Rise of the Commonwealth, guys, when we had the launch date released, like we put a specific date in the trailer, and so like when I do that, I'm committed to it. Even with Chapter 2, we technically did release by fall based on American dates, but I know everybody was hoping for end of November, but that's another story. But for Rise of the Commonwealth, we had a specific date. It was like December 10th or whatever. I don't remember what day we released that, but whatever it was a specific date. And the night before, I realized we forgot to put city planners' desks and recruitment beacons in all the settlements. So we had to go edit all of our design our city plans, re-export them, and regenerate the city plan data. And back then, we did not have the nice tools that you guys do now for the city plan contest. So it was a lot of work.
It took forever. I pulled several all-nighters. But yeah, it was just a matter of just like, it needs to be done. It's a shitty job, but everyone's got to do it.
Yeah, that was a good bonding over trauma experience.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I was like it was like a snowball effect where I was doing the sign designs, and then you guys were kind of like really trying to meet the deadlines, decorating the settlements and whatnot. And I just said, well, I could probably put down clutter. Like, I know how to.
That's true. That is. Yeah, that was the first time you stepped outside of like what you originally came on for. I think you got involved in settlement design.
Yeah, you guys were just like, all right, like here's a one that we already have. It's just like, just go nuts on the clutter, and I did. And you're like, all right, do more. I did more. Yeah. I wouldn't say like I'm nearly as detailed as a lot of the people who do it like every day for months at a time. Like, I was really rusty at the time and still am. But at least, again, like if you just need to put like some cigarettes down or something, like that's easy enough to do.
Well, you have a good designer eye, so it seems like any project we give you that requires just some sort of design, whether it be interior design or building plan design or sketching out stuff or whatever, you seem to nail it. I remember when we did a game jam and like you whipped up a level design like it was nothing, and it was like, oh, that looks great, and it took you like an hour. So you tend to have a good eye for that.
The level design, that was honestly a lot of like level design there. It's just like I remember Nihar, I think, did all the props, and then I just like copy pasted them and then made them into a group and then copy pasted that, and I'm like, okay, that looks like a wall, good. So it's not that difficult once you at the very least like get the technical shortcuts out of the way. So for
sure, yeah, getting past the little learning curve. Man, that was a lot of learning curve. We so those of you guys who don't know, a bunch of us on the team did a Unreal Engine game jam, and we all went in complete blind. We had never touched Unreal Engine. Like, I think I snuck a few tutorial watches before so that I could be a semblance of a leader on the project, but that was rough. I will never do another blind game jam. That was hubris to try and do that.
It was a learning experience. It's fine.
It was. I mean, it ended up being fun in its own way. It was a little sad because we didn't get to release anything, but it was an entertaining experience.
Okay, you know what? We didn't get to release anything, but that little game, I still have it saved on my computer. I still sometimes load it up. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it's a tiny little game, but hell, we made something. And that's
we did make something. Yeah. We made something, just couldn't get it uploaded in time. Because the file was monstrous, had no idea Unreal Engine files, even for that silly little game, ended up being like multiple gigabytes, and so he couldn't upload fast enough. It's Jim Simons. Thank you for the donations. Props to Cynical. She's coming out swinging. Thanks for your work on SS and SS2.
That is so sweet. Thank you.
So in addition, not only have you you did creative work on ROTC, you initially came on and did some magazines for Industrial Revolution. You've now become our concept artist, and you did all the concept art for a lot of stuff in Industrial Revolution. So I'm gonna bring up a couple pieces. Yeah, you ended up doing concept art for all of our signs. Remember, we did all those custom settlement signs.
Oh no, the signs I remember, but like Industrial Revolution, I don't think I worked on any of that.
Yeah, well, this was supposed to be. Well, some of it was supposed to be part of Industrial Revolution, and it didn't happen.
Right, the slot machines, right? I remember.
Yeah, and those ended up not making it in there. They have finally seen the light of day in our casino, which is our luck plot. But yeah,
I'm sad that they're not really animated.
I know it took. We got. I think Ethrion or maybe Sebo did. Somebody figured out how to animate them, but it was just like it didn't work right, and like with my scripts, so we ended up like not including the animation. But yeah, they're beautiful props, so that was nice. But yeah, that was the first thing. And you did all these really cool settlement sign designs. So those of you guys who use the Wasteland Reconstruction Kit and you've seen all those settlement designs.
Want me to post a couple of those?
Yeah, post me a couple of those.
Definitely.
But while we're waiting for that, I'm going to show them the Jake concept art for his outfit, because I like this a lot. This is really cool. So Cynical does a lot of cool concept art for us to get when we're like working blind. So there was some ideas for it. Let me zoom in on here. So of maybe like a trench coat. And then I think that ended up getting changed, so because we didn't want him to look too much like Preston, like there was a fear.
Yeah, we wanted him to have almost like a cowboy aesthetic, because Texan and Southern accent and whatnot. But we wanted to not have it be like a dead ringer for New Vegas.
True.
And we also wanted to keep away from the colonial outfits because, yeah, like, we didn't want that association with Preston. Because, like, I like Preston, but there is a lot of stuff attached to him that is just like, you don't want to ride that razor.
Right, exactly. Yeah, well, then we're already involved in settlement stuff, so yeah, we needed somebody who didn't just seem like Preston. So I think we ended up leaning more toward a Sturgis, because that's my guy, obviously. So we got closer to the Tinkerer, and so the Cowboy Tinkerer kind of is the thing we ended up with. And I really like his outfit. It's really cool. I'm also glad we got to do the camera so players can use the outfit, which is really awesome. But yeah, that was the Jake concept art. That was I think that was one of the first pieces you did for SS2's story was his outfit. But you've done some really crazy stuff too, not just concept art.
I got a couple of signs coming your way, but yeah, I did a lot. A lot of it was just like sketches that literally they were just get it done so people have some idea of what to do. So like zero polish, zero anything, just get it into the hands of the modelers. So like I'm almost embarrassed to even say I did it. Because like I feel like on some of them, like the modelers did 80% of the work. Like I just provided the bare basic like foundation to start with.
But I mean, like, but sometimes that's what they need. Like these, I love this sign art. I think it came out really good. It was really easy then for Etheround to follow and build what we wanted, and you were able to do it using vanilla assets you were aware of, which helped with our texture budget. So we were almost able to do them kind of like mashups, so it didn't add a ton of load to the system, which was pretty awesome. Because that's a lot of times when I interview artists to join the team, and I start talking about all of the limitations of like we gotta work with a lot of vanilla textures and remap things, or we gotta work with assets. I can kind of hear in their voice of like, oh, that's a bummer. I wanted to do whatever I want to do.
I feel like there's a lot of artists who don't quite understand the nature of working on games specifically, especially like games with an already established like technological restrictions. I think it's a challenge. Like restrictions basically means creativity. It means problem solving. So it's just like try to figure out how to fit something that's that doesn't look at odds with the game that's already established, and also keep in mind someone else will have to go in and model it, and also then it'll have to be put in the game and not crash things. And I think that's really important. So it's like same with like Jake. Like I definitely didn't want Jake to like overshadow the main character in a sense,
right.
And I didn't want him to stand out as like I don't know, like I didn't want him to be lore breaking, but I also like it's like again that edge of just like he needs to fit into the universe, but also not overshadow it essentially.
Right. You don't want somebody coming in with like giant over the top shoulders and big headgear where they're just like that guy looks too flashy. He's too flashy. Yeah.
Exactly. Like we're talking like if you're introducing something like really like out there, it like Bethesda usually hides it. Like Lorenzo was really like hidden little gem with his weird hat. But like yeah, like with Jake, we wanted him to be almost like a background character rather than not background. I just mean like we knew that we'd be interacting with him a whole lot, and like while we were editing, while we were designing him, while we were writing and going back and forth on him, like it's always like this. He's gonna be there for a long time. You want to not get sick of seeing him all the time, you know?
Right. Yeah, you don't want a bad looking outfit. Which thank God we got Nero involved to do that, because when we tried to do mashups, they were not doing it. Like mashups, some of the mashups our team's done look amazing, but trying to like force a mashup to look like a certain thing was just not working. So I'm glad we ended up getting. And speaking of Nero, we also got him to do another design of yours, which I love. Let me find and I know this is one of your favorites, yeah.
It's like I feel like if there is like one thing that I would, if I could just fill a portfolio with just that's what I would use.
And this is just one piece of the concept art. I think you also have a colored version. So this was the Nightingale.
This was the conception stage. So this was like the thumbnails that I passed by everyone, and then we decided like what was the aesthetic that we were actually going for.
Right.
And it was like a mashup of like the Plague Doctor aesthetic, obviously. It also helped that I was the one writing them, so
right.
So I could just make it be whatever it was, and then mashing it up with like. At first, I thought like World War doctors, like the military ones, but then I went more for like the butcher coat and whatnot. And the biggest thing with like Plague Doctors was they wore these long coats and like basically cover themselves head to toe, so they wouldn't actually touch
Right.
people they were like getting involved with. Where the Nightingales, like, they're chasing down like battlefields and helping raiders. Like, they don't know where those people have been. It was doubly important for me that there was like you know, an apron, like a mask, like scarves, gloves, and then obviously like the actual field gear, and then you're also in a wasteland, so there's some practicality to go with it. So yeah.
Yeah, these are really cool. And what's interesting is like on this sheet that I have up on the screen here, on the right hand side, the one that looks like number 1 came out. That's very, aside from the face, obviously, it looks very similar to the one Bethesda has in 76. They did like a Wasteland Doctor, and it was like
I had no idea.
When I saw that, I was like, oh man, I wish I'd have seen that before we did, because they had some really cool accessories. Like they've got like I think on theirs it's like a Radaway, or which one's the like that looks like the plastic bag full of brown goo. Is that Radaway? I think that's the one. But they've got like that on their pouch, and like some of the plastic piping going around their neck. And it's like, oh, that would make an awesome accessory to add to the Nightingale kit. So that's the black and white. That was like the initial stage, and then you got into this color version, yeah, which is what we sent over to Nero, and this is the concept art for that. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole thing here. But yeah, this is beautiful. It's just gorgeous, and I think it came out pretty dead on. I think the one thing that was lost was like the stuff across the chest, and that had to do with just like feasibility.
That I'm a bit quieter. I think that just might be my microphone.
Oops.
But...
let's see here. They're saying you're a little quieter. Let me see if I can fix that. I did mess with my volume. Let me bring up Discord, because somebody I was talking to the other day was so loud it was hurting my ears, so I had to turn them down. Yeah, we'll jack up your output volume to 200%. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, folks.
There we go. Okay, so let me read some questions here. John Geddes, has there been a new update then? And if so, how long ago? There was an update last night. 2.0 M takes care of the long save issue, or at least it appears to. Let's see, Ink Tippy, I love your mod. It brought me back to Fallout 4, and I want to thank you for doing this stream. It has answered a lot of questions I've had. Thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. Hopefully I answer a lot more questions for folks. Let's see, going down here. Sam Phillips, how did you make the mask? I can see how the rest was done, but the mask, still look at it and can't figure it out. I don't know what you mean by make. Are you talking about like of the 3D model? I did not make it, so I can't answer that. That was... If you want to clarify that, I can try and answer.
I think people are just confused, like, why? Like, I see some people asking, like, you know, why go for that, not a gas mask?
I think just because it looks cool. Like,
yeah, my answer
it's a
to
gas
that
mask
is
with medical
like,
vibes, yeah.
I was considering making it a mashup with a gas mask, but, like, that really called in, like, almost the Nazi aesthetic that I did not like. Because, like, as I was doing it, I just like, yeah, that's calling up, like a World War II vibe that I...
Sure.
I just kind of wanted to keep away from it, like, not even just because, like specifically that tone. It's more, I just, like, I don't know, it's been done before. Like, it's like, yeah, it's easy to slap a gas mask on them, but I don't want to slap a gas mask on them. I want them to have specialized, fancy, like, doctor ones. Like, why not?
I think the initial concept of the faction before, like, you even handled it, because I think this was... Sir Rick had come up with a bunch of faction ideas, and I don't know if you were involved with the conversations initially, but...
I was not, no.
So the original pitch was just post-war plague doctors, and it was like that, like, that's a two, you know, like 3 words or whatever that is. Like, that sold me. I was like, yeah, 100%, we got to do that. That's cool. So, like, we couldn't, like, the mask is the main part of the plague doctor. So to me, it looks like you took the old school plague doctor thing and turned it into a gas mask. It's kind of got that vibe.
That's exact. Because, like, yeah, I was doing research into, like, the old-timey plague doctors, and, like, first of all, what you learn is they weren't all that effective because of the masks. The running theory is that they were actually effective because they, like, their full-up gear prevented the, like, infected flies and rodents from landing on them.
Oh, yeah, that makes
but
sense.
they actually filled the mask itself with, like, herbs that they thought, like, would stop the bad air and whatnot.
Right.
And a lot of that
probably
didn't work.
Probably helped with the smell.
Here,
so.
like, yeah, but here it's just like, okay, like, imagine, like, a bunch of doctors who are just trying to figure out how to make a gas mask that works for them in the situation.
Yeah, well, and sometimes with art too, it's not about is it practical. It's like what vibe does it give off, right? Like you see, everybody I've watched Let's Play, they see these guys from a distance and they're like, that's got to be some sort of doctor, right? You just like,
yeah, exactly.
Even if you didn't see the plus on their arm, you see a plague doctor mask, you see that beak.
Oh yeah, that was I I'm personally most proud of that little green cross because I almost made it a red one because, you know, red.
We would have got in trouble.
And I was like, but all the hospitals in the game are marked with green crosses.
And that, well, that's for are you aware about that? How that works? It's something like the red cross symbol it's like illegal to use it on anything. That's why you never see it.
I actually have no idea. I was just thinking, it's like, okay, how do I make it how do I drill it home to the player that this is a doctor? Even from like how do you recognize a medic from far away? They would have some kind of identifier essentially, and for them, it's like we established fiction that like even raiders don't shoot at them because they know better than to fuck with medics. But like, again, you need to recognize them from far away. And I almost went with like maybe like a red like armband or something like that. That started going into a weird territory that I didn't want to touch. And then I was just thinking like, okay, a bunch of wasteland doctors like that want to identify as medics. Even we use in the clinic plots, we have the green cross marking them, and just like, well, that's what they're basically looking at. They don't know what the fuck blue cross, red cross, whatever means. They just see hospitals are marked with a green one. So
yeah, green means healthy. Green's good.
Yeah,
green's a good color.
Green means good.
Let's see. Choo-Choo 1 installed the long save fix last night, fixed the issue, and I think I'm seeing better performance in general. So thank you. Yeah, the bug that was causing the long save would have caused performance issues. We've also found that the DLL fix that Nukem created originally for it, while we were still trying to figure out like what is it in SS2 that's causing it. Like the F4SC thing was always was going to be a band-aid, but it turned out that there's actually an engine flaw, and any mod that uses data structures, which is going to be any complex scripted mod. So think like Pack Attack or Guns for Hire, or any mods that does a lot of scripted stuff is going to benefit from that DLL, and so they're going to Nukem said he'll send it off to Ryan to roll into. Hopefully Ryan will be interested in rolling it into buff out, and I've actually sent it to Bethesda so they can maybe fix it for an Fallout 4 Special Edition, or just put it into Creation Engine 2, because I'm sure the problem exists there too. Let's see, Mr. Old Greg Manfish, and every time I hear Old Greg, I think of that creepy old sketch. Have you seen Old Greg? Cynical, have you experienced Old Greg?
I can't say that I have.
I don't recommend it. It haunts my dreams still to this day. It's nothing bad like it's not like a lemon party or anything like disturbing. It was just like this old British sketch, and it's just so weird. And if you're looking for an interesting time, go look up Old Greg. Did you get my message on NMM or forum? Company I work for wants to hire Tom Schulk. Oh, no, I did not get the message. I'm way behind on my messages right now. I got sick last week, and it derailed me hard on my normal. Normally I check my emails every couple of days and go try and catch up my messages, and I'm just behind right now because I got sick. But I will get back on that probably next week. I'll get back to my normal unless this thing keeps knocking me out, because when I get sick like this, I'm a big fan of naps, sickness or not. I like to nap. Keeps me charged so that I can use my brain all day, and I'm using a lot of my time for messages to nap right now. So I will check that out. Speaking of Tom Schulk, if you guys are fans of Jake, Tom is gonna be my guest on this cast in a couple of weeks. Yeah, that'll be fun. So maybe I'll set up a what do you call it? Charity event, and we'll let you guys do super chat for your thirsty Jake quotes. We can get him to do Jake's voice. I got to talk to Tom first before we go forward with that.
It's like, hey, by the way, like you might be walking into a lion's den, just so you're aware.
You're gonna have to say some weird stuff tonight. Don't worry about it. It's for charity. Victorian Calendar with the super chat. Thank you for the donation. Good evening, King Gath. It's so great to hear these behind the scenes details about the work you all do. You and your team work hard to make the overall experience awesome for the players, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you for the kind words. We try every day. We try. It's crazy how many hours we put into this. I don't know about you, Cynical, but I put in way more than I should.
Well, today I already put in 5 hours, so
you did some cool stuff today. I would love to show off that concept art, but actually, you know what? We can show one of them. Because one of them's getting patched in soon. I think we can show that one. Let me go back and find it, because you already sent it to me today. I'm going to show you guys this, because this is really awesome. Because this is going to come in a patch very soon. I'm not going to go into full details about it, but that is so sweet looking.
That was a 20-minute mock-up. Come on, man.
I know you can do better. It doesn't matter. It's
Oh,
still
come on.
even in a 20-minute mock-up. That's amazing. But like, just we're not gonna tell them what it's for. But
God
that's
damn it. You know what? I knew I shouldn't have sent that to you right now today.
We won't tell them what it's for, but that's something that's gonna get patched in soon. So not.
Oh, you're just spoiling the fun. Come on, man.
It's gonna look amazing once we get it all set up in game. But yeah, there's you get sent
Before
me a whole
anyone
bunch.
gets excited, it's me basically editing out a bunch of a screenshot. It's not that impressive. I literally mean 20 minutes. I did virtually no real painting.
But this is why you're our main concept artist. Is you think to do stuff like that. I watched some GDC stuff, and I didn't realize how much concept art does stuff like this. Like, you know, in my head it was always concept art is all like painting from scratch, but it's a lot of like grabbing source material from the internet and like combining images to speed it up.
It's okay, so first of all, this is something that like I used to think it was like cheating, but as I've gotten into using stuff like that, like it's the same as 2D artists that pick up 3D modeling just for the sake of having a plate to work off of, and people using like posing software to get a head start and whatever else, or even like the modern cartoons now often use 3D posers first and then draw over them. You need to know what you're doing first. There is no shortcut for that. But then once you get to that stage, like, there's no reason not to speed it up, because like I'm just trying to communicate an idea as fast as I can, essentially. So I can make it pretty later, but I need to get to the stage where I can like say this is what's in my head, and then potentially get it to someone who needs to build it like in an actual like 3D model or something. So
Yeah, you're not. And I mean, that's one of the things that I love about working in Fallout, as opposed to going from scratch. Like a lot of people, like, why don't you guys make your own game? It's like one of the most valuable things we get out of this is that it's art direction. We don't have to like solve art direction problems. So so then like we don't. So you can like cut that step too when you're just conceiving stuff. Where I was like, we already know the art direction has to be. So it's like this, but retro 50s futuristic, right? Like, which is helpful too. Let's see. Sam Phillips, I get the aesthetic of the mask. My question is more about how it was created using in-game assets. That is kind of magic. So that's actually a custom asset. We did not use in-game assets. The whole Nightingale's suit, this whole thing, Nero did that for us, and he did it piecemeal. So it's actually not like if you're wondering like, you know, what was our logic for how that was built? Like, I don't know, scrap metal and rubber. Didn't really think that much through.
That's the one part that I'm always bad at with concept art is like, there's a lot of artists that will put like the technical details in.
Right.
I'm actually really bad at figuring out the mechanics of it. I'm not an engineer. If something looks like it can move, or it looks like it could be like feasibly constructed, I'm just like, good enough. Somebody else can figure it out.
Yeah, it's close enough. Someone asked, do you have artwork for the castle? You designed the signs for those, right? Do you have that concept art?
I did. Let me pull it up.
Kevin Leave Blank would like to see your artwork for the castle.
Oof, I remember working out. There we go. I worked on a screenshot first, and then kind of reverse engineered it.
Yep, there it is. I remember this guy. Here is the castle sign from ROTC. So this is one of those ones that's quick and dirty, right? Like you can see, like
yeah. The font was the most important thing, and I was just like, I don't.
It got the image across, but I mean that's what we need all often, because it's really hard to work from a blank slate, and it's like you were saying to me today, it's cheapest to operate in 2D. Like it's like that's the best way to experiment mentally, because you can do it real quickly. You can use the shortcuts that you used to consider cheating to get to that final, or to get to the next stage quicker, so that we don't invest all these resources trying to design in 3D. Yeah, this is beautiful.
For me, those signs were a huge exercise in creativity in general, because there's like 30 vanilla settlements, not even talking about the DLC ones.
Right.
And each one needed 3 levels of signs that actually made sense for the location. Sometimes they had settlements already built, sometimes they didn't. And it was just like...
Huh?
Like, it was coming to a page with complete blankness, because, real talk, before I joined this mod, I actually never did concept art before in my life.
You're learning quick.
I could draw, more or less. Like, I had the 2D drawing done, but like that, like, quick, like, iterative drawing designs, I'd never done it before. So that was like a hard and fast introduction, so...
Well, you did good. And you did it for all of them, too. So I think we have...
All of them.
Yeah,
DLC
all
ones.
35 settlements that Bethesda made. We have... Well, Bethesda made before the Creation Club stuff. We have these 3 signs for...
Sorry, credit where credit's due. Ruined World did quite a few, and Fuji did the Red Rocket ones, I believe.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're right.
Off the top of my head. I know that I didn't do all of them.
Right.
I did the like 90%, but they do deserve that credit as well.
For sure. Yeah, Ruined World does a lot of 2D work. So does Fuji. Fuji did. You guys are most familiar with Fuji's work in the Ron's billboards that are scattered around the Commonwealth. That was Fuji's work.
Yeah, I designed the sign for the Ron, but he just like blew it out of the park with
that sign is so fantastic.
Blew it out of the park?
Blew it out of the water, or knocked it out of the park. Yeah, you can mix metaphors.
There you go.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, he did a beautiful job with that.
Yeah, that came out really awesome. I saw one the other day, and it was they blend in really, really well. Like his coloration and stuff matches the game's art really, really well. Let's see.
Actually, heck it. Let's here's the Ron render that I did for the sign.
Oh yeah, that sign. Yeah, this is you're like ZBS ended up creating this almost exactly as you drew it up.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised by that, but yeah, bless her.
Because usually when we do concept art, we tell the artists, like this is just like kind of a guide rail. This is kind of how you get started, and the Ron sign ended up almost exactly to the concept art.
I think I based it on like a one of those like old school diner like those really like gaudy diner arrows.
Oh yeah. I dig it. Oh man, I love the art aesthetic of the Fallout brand. Like I love the 50s art is so awesome. The
like retrofuturism, and like they just had like way more consistency with like the designs in general. Like you look at like old school like ads, and they're just very unified. Like you can really pinpoint the eras easily. So. Yeah.
I often think about like what is the across the board with a lot of things of like what is going to be, you think when people think back of like the early 2010s 2020s now of like what, or even the 2000s, like what is our art, what is our aesthetic, what is our music, and I can't really like put my finger on it.
I heard it called like the age of individualism, where everyone like because it's so accessible now, everyone's kind of just doing their own thing, and then everybody is in groups and niches, and then the products basically just kind of like do the same. Like if you want one that looks like a 50s toaster, you can actually find a brand that will sell you a 50s toaster.
So our style is like it's like almost just the age of eclectic, like it's just going to be kind of anything. Steven Johnson, was the idea the Plague Doctor made before or after COVID? Oh man, that was such we had so many conversations. It was worse too. So our 2 side factions, we've got doctors working on vaccines, and then we've got a police officer faction, and we had this planned in 2019, and then 2020, especially for America, like it's just so much anti-police sentiment that we're just like, this is crazy that our 2 factions are like such hot button issues right now. No, we had nothing. Like we planned this so long, and it's just a development cycle. It takes forever to do this stuff. Like we would not have chosen either of those factions in 2020.
We were fully aware of it, like going in, where we're just like, so there's the situation is getting a little pickly. Maybe we should perhaps shift gears to the other factions, but at that point we were like too deep into it. People are gonna think we're doing political commentary, and we're not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, COVID is why we got SS2 that year, right? Because so many people on the team were just like, well, I work at home now, so I guess I work on SS2. It probably would have taken a lot longer if it weren't for COVID. But yeah, there was definitely discussions of like, God, this is so awkward that we're doing this doctor stuff, and then so many things about COVID became really contentious and political that it was just like, but it was like, whatever. We're staying the course. We committed to it. We had the idea long ago. And most people seem to enjoy it anyway. Like it is stuff. Those are things, regardless of if people think they're political or whatnot. You need them in the way. You need them in the post-war.
Message there either. Like we're not really like we're trying. We made a very deliberate effort to like stay away from commenting on the situation right now, because those things never age well.
Right.
The situation in like 5 years is gonna look completely different, and it's just like I don't think any of us wants to get controversial or topical in this thing that we do as a hobby.
Right.
We're not here to be like hardwiring political messages into the shit. So it's like
no, and I think good stories transcend that anyway. Like I think if you're telling good personal stories, it will stand the test of time, and I think you guys have done that with a lot of this. So that's how I'm glad that that's the direction we go.
Yeah.
Sam Phillips question for Cynical: do you have any concept art for settlements in the game that you would love to see created? Should we show them the settlement, the one that's not happening, the one for the elusive chapter 4 that's never going to happen because it was too ambitious? Do you have that?
I probably have that.
I think it was Zurich's gonna kill us, but sorry, buddy. I know it's not gonna happen. We don't have the bandwidth to do it. What it was gonna require. I mean, so we have a settlement we designed called New Eden.
Right. Yeah. I think I have it in a Photoshop file, but I can get you a.
Okay. So the idea of it was going to be that in part of our quest line, you were going to find a gek, and you actually get to use it and see the results of it, and that is just not going to happen.
He's gonna kill you.
Yeah. Sorry, Sarik. Chapter 4 is never going to happen. There's just no way. But Cynical did this really cool concept art for it, and like I remember when you did the concept art, like, and you were talking about it, it was like we could all tell in the way you were describing it, like, this is gonna take a lot of time to build in the game.
I was told that it was meant to be big, so I did something big.
You did big,
and then someone kept telling me to make it bigger, and I was like, all right, here's bigger.
All right, I'll wait for you to find that. I'll keep reading questions here.
Found it.
We already got it. Choo-choo, any ETA for a Builder's Toolkit update for HQ? That's my goal to have it by the end of this month. I actually found another thing I can do for the BTK that I hope people do, which is the theater stage shows. That's another thing I can explain how to make a little quest that plays on the stage. I think those would be fun to see people expand on. Especially because there's a lot of voice actors like up and coming who would love a chance to do some voice work. Like whenever we put out posts for voice actors on the Sim Settlements forums, we get tons of people who are new to it who want to be a part. So anybody who wanted to make theater stage shows could do that for sure. This isn't even the draft I was thinking of. This is like a super early. I think you had another one that was a little more colored, but I'll post this one too.
I don't believe I ever did anything colored. No, it was I did basic concept for it, and then it kind of like I already knew at that point. I think we were in an odd stage where we actually were all kind of like losing motivation because it felt like we were never going to launch.
Right.
And that was when we were just like, okay, we're going to have to really, really cut back and decide when our initial chapter launch is going to be.
Oh yeah, I think that was probably before we were into chapters too, when we had all this plan. Like we had this big epic quest line and everything, and it was, when I say it was chapters, it was like what would have been 4 chapters, but we were at the time we're like, oh, we're gonna do this all in one shot. But you definitely have another piece of art that's bigger than this. I remember seeing it. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you had snipped just the top corner and it was just larger.
Was just the top corner. And colored. It was basically me outlining regions to showcase because it was meant to be like several settlements essentially like plopped into one.
Yeah, it was going to be this big epic thing in a valley that you were going to have. Like
that was like 5 years ago, though.
Yeah, this was really old.
I haven't even thought of that one in a while.
But it was going to be, we always wanted to see like what would it look like if you actually ran a gek, and like we were going to have that as part of the quest line. Like it was going to be like the ultimate settlement. It was going to be all green and like designed specifically for building with some settlements. It was going to be really cool, but unfortunately it won't happen. Maybe next project we do, we'll get to do something cool like that.
Before we even had HQ really going, so
that's true. We didn't have HQ on the docket when this was on the plan either. So this probably would have ended up serving that purpose too, of like our central area where we could run our quests. But anyway, that was something I remember you drew, and that was in the vein of a custom settlement. That was the closest we ever got, because for the most part we know that there's so many settlements people have created, and there's so many cool spots in the vanilla game for settlements. It doesn't really seem like we need to add more. Let's see here. Mr. Old Greg's Manfish, would the new update fix some of the crashing issues with large settlement 30+ settlers? My experience is 90% of crashes in Fallout 4 with settlements are either the power grid is a problem, or the you have a bad texture file or something. So both of those you can figure out if that's the case if you install Buffout 4, and if you're not on PC, unfortunately that's not available to you, but I highly recommend anybody who's experiencing crashing, get Buffout 4. It takes a little bit to set up. There's a lot of steps on their site, but it will give you a crash log. You can post those logs to our forums, and there's a lot of people who know how to read them now, and they can tell you exactly what's causing your crashes. Thiago Sundfeld, by the way, what happened to that giant laser gun that you have on the Nexus picture? It's in the mod. It's It's the high-tech 2x2 Marshall plot. So you unlock it by... I don't remember how you unlock it, actually. I think we have all the unlocks for the different plot building classes on the wiki. That's all been documented. So it's a 2x2 Marshall, though. Oh, here's one for you, Cynical. Shortwind says, does Cynical work on paper more computer programs? I think you work all on the computer, right? You've got the nice fancy tablet.
I got the nice fancy tablet. I started like my quote-unquote art career, if you can call it that, mostly doing traditional painting, and then I switched over to digital when I was like a teenager, and that was like learning how to draw and write all over again, but it was worth it. So now I primarily work in Photoshop. Occasionally I will make a foray into 3D modeling for purposes other than actually like learning 3D modeling, to basically like set up some basic perspective or something like that. But I think like 95% of my work is done in Photoshop. Yeah.
Yeah, and you use what do you because we got you that upgrade recently, but you did it's a Wacom tablet, right? Is what you use for your
Wacom. Yeah, I used to work on the Wacom Intuos Pro Small, and that always served me just fine. I don't like whatever you get used to essentially. Like I don't think it needs to be anything fancy. Then you upgraded me to a medium, and the only reason I even upgraded to the medium is because it's because of the new models, it's actually taking up the exact same footprint as my small tablet did, but the drawing window is way bigger. And even that took me a little bit of time to actually get used to. Now have like more hand movements to basically do the exact same thing, but it is nice. So.
But that's what you recommend anybody who's wanting to get into that is pick up one of those types of tablets, some sort of Intuos or something.
I would say that's a really tricky question because like I know a lot of people swear by like Cintiqs. A lot of people swear by other brands. I've never been brave enough to take some of the cheaper brands because I know they're not nearly as supported and whatnot.
Sure.
Wacom, like I'm pretty sure I've had it like since I picked up a tablet when I was like 13, so for like well over a decade now. I've basically been just buying Intuos Pro like 3 times, 4 times now. Like I just stuck with it for so long. I wear it down until it's like literally a mirror. Like I don't even need like one of those like warped mirrors. I mean like you can see a perfect reflection in it, and I actually prefer it that way because there's less drag on the tip. So it's just like honestly it's just a matter of like whatever you learn to use, whatever you know how to use. Like it's really not about the tablet. Like you can still make beautiful drawings with like other brands or cheaper ones or whatever else. I'm in the position where I can afford one of these.
I think it's really about the sensitivity of the pen, right? So that you can get the multiple, like depending on how hard you push.
I actually wouldn't even say that.
No, you don't think that's a benefit?
I would say because like with my tablet, I actually lower the ceiling on it, so I actually have to press way lighter to get the full extent of it.
Interesting.
Because I really hate the feeling of scraping the tablet. I feel like it wears down way quicker and it leaves like scratches. So I would actually
you don't want to
say
ruin
like
your mirror. Yeah.
And I think we're at the stage of this technology that it's just like, if there is any upgrade to sensitivity, range, or whatever else, I can't tell the difference. I've been using this type of tablet. I've been replacing it maybe every 3 years or so. There was one big significant jump, like early. And then that's it. Like that was 3 tablets ago. Ever since then, technically, like the models keep getting upgraded. Right. But I think it has more to like the only thing that I feel it in is the actual size that like that they fit everything into.
Sure. Yeah. So you get more for the same, like you said, same footprints. It goes closer to the edge of the whole device where you get actually to draw.
Exactly.
I remember I think I told you I found my original Wacom, which was I got that a long time ago. It was probably 20 years old. It was like it had like a 4-inch drawing surface on it, but the whole thing was like 10 inches big. So like just a tiny little part of it was actually the part you could draw on. I don't think it would even work anymore. It's so old, like they wouldn't connect to Windows 10 anymore. But I think the two, because so like you were talking about all those different models and brands and everything, but I think the big choice now, and it depends on how much money you want to throw at the problem, is whether you draw right on a screen that you can see versus you draw and have to look up at the screen.
Yeah, you like we were discussing that, and just like I did like briefly look into it. As I understand it, with the Cintiq ones, people do say like if you're going to it from a tablet that doesn't have a screen in it, your hand is blocking a lot of your vision, and that starts getting annoying. And there's also a little bit of like parallax, like where you put the pen down isn't precisely where the line gets drawn.
Oh, interesting.
And I can just imagine that frustrating the hell out of me. Like it would take me several months to get used to that.
Sure.
Meanwhile, I've been drawing like hand-eye coordination, like basically drawing down at the in front of me while looking up at the screen for like over a decade. At that point, I'm just way more efficient this way. So it's like I don't need something fancier. It would actually slow me down as opposed to just doing what I do already. So
I feel that a lot of like when people look at my massive Notepad++, they're like, why aren't you using something like VS Code or anything else but that?
Exactly,
it's just like the time to learn the differences is like it would slow me down for too long, and it kind of stuck in my ways now. Like maybe it would end up being faster in the long run. But I think
the Cintiqs is like plus like they're so expensive that I wouldn't risk getting one just to hate it, essentially.
Sure. I think it looks to me like if I were gonna, I remember it took a long time to get used to that not looking at my hand, because when I grew up I was just drawing cartoons all the time on paper, and then like switching to the looking at a screen while doing that was really jarring. Took me a long time to where I could do any decent Flash cartoons. So I think so it's probably a quicker learning curve for people to learn about the parallax on a Cintiq, but man, those cost a lot of money. Those are not
They cost a lot of money. They do have cheaper versions and like some other brands that are a bit more affordable now. Again, it's not even a matter like I don't trust them. I'm just kind of like Wacom,
yeah.
They have their own issues and whatnot, but I do have a little bit of brand loyalty. Like every single tablet that I've ever gotten from them, like it did its job for several years. That's what else can I ask for, really?
Yeah. I'm just popping on some random some more art up. So this photo of this is Jake and his dad. Jake is a kid. This is in the hardware store, I believe. I believe it's pinned up on the board if you go.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. And then this one is a photo of, I think it's Magnuson with Mr. House, right?
Yes.
And this you can find on Magnuson's desk in the Vault Lab.
Yeah, it's a bit cropped, but yeah, you can find it there.
Yeah, it's just a small portion. Yeah, I think it's portrait cropped. I don't know why we did that. I don't know why we cropped. It might have just been. I have no idea why you did that. It was probably just me, just like I was trying to quickly get a matte swap working, and I did the wrong one or something. But yeah, those are some really cool pictures you've done. Now, how do you approach something like this? Do you start with like a real model and then kind of paint over it?
Okay, so photographs, because the thing with doing the photographs that will actually go directly into the game, you want them to look like almost photorealistic, but you want to remind people this is a video game. Like you don't actually want it to be photorealistic. So here I was actually looking at photos from the time period, like from that kind of camera, that kind of like technology and whatever else. Then I actually started looking at launch sites, for instance, like what it actually looks like, because I have no idea what it looks like. Then I basically get like a rough sketch going. Then I start pulling in like people, like usually for clothing, that like kick of realism for clothing folds especially.
Right.
And then it's usually just a matter of like adjusting lighting and making sure that whatever is going over top of it is entirely mine. Like there is no sign of like whatever stock images I was using.
Yeah.
Not just for copyright purposes, but also because I don't actually want it to look photorealistic. I want it to look like it's in a video game. So that means like with the old timey photos like that, it's usually like overexposing it, like really combining the blacks and really pushing the whites, essentially. And so on and so forth. And then like here, like you don't really need the background detail. You just know that it's kind of there,
especially at the scale that it's actually in the game. So yeah, you wouldn't even be able to. Exactly. Yeah, this is we're exposing the how grainy the background is, but in the game you would never, even if I had done it correctly as a landscape, you still wouldn't have been able to tell that at the scale it's going to exist in the game. But these look so good. I love this style. You've done a couple more. I don't know if the third one you sent me is in the game currently.
It's in Jake's quarters.
Oh, okay. So let me bring that one up, because this is one I think a lot of people appreciate. This is Jake's daughter. So this, if you haven't found it, oops, wrong button, copy image address. If you haven't found it in HQ yet, each of our department heads has like a custom living quarters. I think they all do. And it'll be labeled when you clean the room. It'll be labeled like, engineering department head quarters, and like that will unlock a special building room that's just for Jake. Now the sacrifice for doing that is that you can only fit one person in that room, whereas there's always 2 or 4 sleeper versions of the room, so it's a sacrifice you have to make to get access to those. But yeah, this little picture you'll find in Jake's room.
This one I will actually say, like, Laura herself, I actually did paint from scratch.
Oh wow.
I used my own childhood photos as a reference. Because I actually, I have a huge box of them. I have actually a surprising number of my mom's like childhood photos, which are like they're first of all really large, like they're surprisingly big, but they're very much like that, like overexposed sort of stuff. And then I was using some of my own, just to reference like simple things. I think this one was based on the photo of me like putting a puzzle together with my grandpa.
Nice.
Wearing something completely different, but at the same time, like it was a good reference. She doesn't look anything like me, but it was a good.
No, we're gonna pretend that you do look like that. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
because now so Jake is heavily based on Cyric, and Laura's based on Cynical. Obviously, that's that's the headcanon now.
Creepy. That's terrifying.
All right, we got some. I fall way behind on questions, but I really wanted to show those. I didn't want to forget. I think those were the last arts you sent me. Oh, I think I didn't show the department desks either. Those are really cool. But I love your style of these old photos. I hope you end up getting more in.
I'm absolutely intending to do more. Yeah.
Fantastic. And actually, we need to talk about, after I get to the next round of questions, Rebel, is the screenshot that I've been using for all of my video thumbnails, that crazy painting you did in like 4 hours. Yeah, we got to talk about that in a minute. So let's go back. Let's catch up on all this chat. So Quester WI, it has always struck me as very strange that a game set in 2277 is full of 50s music. I love it. That's one of my favorite parts. Like I remember playing Fallout 3 and getting that radio station. It was like the first time I ever cared about a radio station in a game, because games before that had radio stations in there, but man, Fallout 3, like between the music, it's got that charm. I love that. I think part of it is I grew up and my grandparents always played the big band 50s stuff, and so it was like a little touch of nostalgia. It just made me feel comfortable. I just loved the DJ and everything. But I love the music in Fallout. I hope that, I know they're slowly moving out of it, like they've started to get into 60s and stuff in Fallout 4, but I hope they always keep one foot in the 50s with the music.
I just saw someone mention the propaganda over the intercom, and it's like, guys, I also voiced the intercom. Completely forgot I did that, actually.
Yeah. Cynical is the voice of the PA system in HQ, if you've gotten that far along. Let's see, Mr. Old Greg Manfish. I accidentally shot the kid cop. Apparently he gets hostile and runs away. Pretty fast trouble. He'll follow you around, still hostile. Just a funny thing. One of the things that's interesting with hostility in Fallout 4 is it never lasts more than 24 hours unless they are a faction that's set to hate you. So if you ever accidentally shoot any character, you can just go figure out a way to wait 24 hours. So you might have to stealth away from the character and then wait 24 hours and everything's back to normal. Let's see here. Abdulio. I know I've read your name before, and I've never been certain if I got the pronunciation right. Thank you, you and your team, for your choice to keep real-world politics out of it and just focus on story, whatever naturally happens within your story. Too many mods get too meta. Yeah, I'm not into that stuff. I don't need to stir up stuff about messages and stuff. I think you tell a good story, and it's gonna resonate with people. I think it kind of it'll hit kind of timeless things that might be resonating with real world politics, but it's not intentional. Steven Johnson, that's what I thought. I knew it had such a long lead time, it was likely to predate. Spooky but darkly, humorously funny by itself. Okay, this was in regard. Wow, we were way behind on chat questions. That's in regard to our talk about keeping politics out.
Yep.
Quester WI, name your price for Chapter 4. Oh God. Well, the problem with it for Chapter 4, it's like the cost would have to be, you'd basically have to pay a year salary to everybody on the team. So because I think a lot of people on the team are just like going to be ready to move on, or if not, like we want to be where the audience is, and the Fallout 4 audience is about to disappear. The vast majority of players for Bethesda's games play the latest one. So if we're going to keep modding, it'll be on Starfield, unless Starfield is terrible.
I wouldn't make any prophecies.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but that would be so there's like the cost for a Chapter 4 is just impossibly high. Let's see here. Godzilla, will you make a GEC or something like it? I don't think that we're doing anything with a GEC. That would be up to Surik. He's writing our main story. So I know we've talked about it many times in the past. At one point, we did a concept. I think Ruined World did the concept art for it for a GEC weapon. Like we had this idea. Well, I had this idea. We didn't move on it, but you get a GEC, and there's a point where you have a choice between using it to build our new Eden, that thing I showed you guys earlier, or making a weapon out of it, because I came up with a way, like a little scripted thing, where you could shoot stuff on the ground and it would make grass grow, and if you kept shooting, it would eventually sprout a bush, and then it would turn into a tree. And it was like just like a little proof of concept, kind of like Splatoon, but instead of spraying goo on the ground or paint or whatever that's supposed to be, you would grow plants. I thought that would be a fun little toy that you could have in Fallout 4. So that I really liked, and actually somebody, I think it was Shoe Burglar, was going to build the weapon for us, and then he got busy with his own stuff, and I never poked him about it again. Let's see, Choo-Choo 1, never say never for Chapter 4. Starfield could be another 76. Yeah, that's true. Also could get delayed another year, and then that opens doors, but we'll see. Let's see, Rex Parada, how do voices work? Just recordings? Because I noticed Codworth says some players' names, even a fucker. As far as the custom naming people, they actually had to have the Codsworth voice actor record. I think I've heard it say he recorded like 900 names or some crazy number. Yeah.
I think that was like their hero piece.
Right. And it is pretty cool when it happens enough times, but like I've found that he will say King, so I use that a lot. It doesn't say Gath, but so I often name my characters King just because it's fun to hear him say that. Let's see, Choo-Choo 1, will we ever see the return of some of the Industrial Revolution quests that did not make it SS2? Possibly. So the mechanism that I've been waiting for to get some of that industrial stuff into SS2 is coming in Chapter 3. So one of the problems we had with some of the stuff in SS2's Industrial Revolution is for our characters not to mention it as a potential solution for the main quest problems is too crazy. Like, you can't give a miniature version of Helios 1 and not the character, and Jake not saying, well, we can use that to defeat the Gunners. So I've always kept it out, but we now have like a narrative route to get that in where it doesn't need to be our Deus Ex Machina and just solve the problems. But some of the quests were so tied to the mechanics of Industrial Revolution, they just won't port easily. But I think I'm going to try to get some of them in. Like, I really want to get Q in. I want to get the Hydration Research Assistant, and I want to get the Mr. Genius in. So I want to get I want to get those in.
He really wants that back.
Yeah, Mr. Genius was so much fun. I want to get those in, but they have to be redone a little bit. So it's probably going to be something I do like after Chapter 3. It'll just be like fun little side project for me to work on, because I'll have to like rework a lot of code and stuff to get it to port. Looking for more. Oh no, my thing just jumped again. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Godzilla, will you do something with Quincy? That is up to Zurich. I don't know if we're doing something with Quincy, or I cannot confirm or deny it on this at this point, as I guess I should say. Let's see. Douchewills 91, falling in love. I think with all of your art. I think that's in regard to, because a lot of people talking about. That's when I started showing your pictures. Let's see. Quester WI. I was born in the 50s, but you're toast. You're done with the music. Let's see here. Lori Blue, I was an illustrator before I became an art teacher. So nice to hear a professional talk illustration business.
I am not a professional, darling.
Yeah, yes you are. You get paid for this type of stuff. So you are a pro.
I get paid peanuts for this
kind
of thing.
You're still pro. Still
So
a pro.
I would not say that I'm professional, unfortunately.
She's a professional. Ignore her.
Okay, I'm good at drawing. Professional implies that you can make a living off of it. I currently do not make a living off of it.
That's right. You've made some money doing it. So I'd say that's
I have
professional.
made some.
Many
money.
artists do not get to that point.
That's fair.
Let's see, Stefanita Vilcu. If you start the tapes quest for Nick after you discover the CPD in South Boston, the tape found there number 7 cannot be used for the quest. Yeah, that's one of the Nick holotapes is one of the things on our list to address. Right now, what you can do is if you go into our holotape, there's under tools, there's a system called hijacks, and you can disable any of our hijack doors so that you can get into the original cell to complete quests that are around those. So that's what I would recommend you do for now. But ultimately, we'll come up with a better solution for that. Inked Hippie, what is Gek? Gek is something in Fallout lore. It's called the Garden of Eden Creation Kit, and it's kind of a MacGuffin in Fallout 1, like the old school asymmetric game, that was supposed to allow the vaults to come out and instantly regrow the world. So I don't think we've ever seen one in action. We just hear the theories of what it's supposed to do in the Fallout games, and the basic idea is it would basically allow the land to heal so it could regrow things, I think is the idea of it. Quester WI, when I win the lottery, I'll ask you that again. Presumably talking about the cost of Chapter 4. Choo-Choo 1, besides nukes, still waiting, is there anything from 76 you want to bring to SS2 or FO4 in general? I think the only thing I really liked in 76 that I wouldn't mind seeing brought forward was I liked the scrapping, unlocking mods. I thought that was a really cool little feature of 76. Godzilla, I vote she is professional. Yep, see, Cynical, you're a professional.
Everyone is very
Abduleo, I hope beyond hope we do get the storyteller from Shoddycast showing up in the story. Checking episode 10 of season 4 of the lore series. It's almost a foreshadowed SS2 story. We are definitely not doing anything with storyteller. I have been in contact with some people from Shoddycast, but it was more about joining my podcast when I had it, and I haven't heard from them since. So, but I always do like the idea of a bunch of mods crossing over their stories and stuff, but it's so much work to just do a story mod. But then doing it to cross over means that same amount of work is gonna be used for an even smaller audience because you'll have just the people that are using both. So it's really hard to justify. In the same way, I find it hard to justify putting my time into an F4SE plugin. That's why I haven't got into it. I'd rather work on stuff that everyone can experience. So we have not explored any crossover with other mods. Even though I like the idea of it, it's tough to justify the labor. Thiago Sunfeld, did you fix the Lily not being able to recruit at HQ? No, that's still on my list. I don't even know why that would be a thing. She should be recruitable. It's weird that she's not. Short wind. Cynical is very sassy. How do you tell her no in meeting?
I think that's the first time I've ever been accused of being sassy.
Excuse me. BS.
No, I'm not shitting you. I don't think, at the very least, if anyone thinks that, they've never said it to my face.
They're afraid of the sass. Let's see. Mr. Old Greg Manfish. 76 had a fundamental problem that the multiplayer aspect IMO made it worse. In how they executed it would have been better IMO if they did a Dark Souls multiplayer style. I still haven't played Dark Souls. I need to do that. But so I don't even know what that multiplayer plays out like. But 76. I think multiplayer is implicitly incompatible with the Bethesda formula. I think we got into this a little bit in my last stream. I don't think it works. I think it's just.
I think Bethesda does they got something good going, but it's unless you're exploring it in a single player world, it just. Yeah, it doesn't feel right. I didn't get into ASO. I didn't get into 76. It just doesn't jail.
No, I think the single player part of it is because it needs to be a personal experience. It needs to be super immersive, and as soon as another person's involved, the immersion's gone because that person exists in the real world, and it's just that talking, knowing that person is in the game with you pulls them out. I think that Bethesda games can work for second and third, etc. playthroughs with co-op, but I think their formula the first time it's got to be single player. It's just the way it's
Can I
gonna
answer
be.
a question real quick?
Yeah.
Godzilla is asking why if you could put my sass into the game. Well, good news. If you played the Nightingale storyline and you laughed at any of the jokes, I got news. I wrote them. I get a nice little boost of dopamine anytime I hear a Let's Player laugh at them. So yeah. So there you go. I guess that's as good as you're gonna get. Sorry.
I finally played through Nightingales for the first time all the way through by myself today. I love that questline. And Raph, I see why Kobus and Sag and Surik were saying that you should turn that into a full-blown character. That character's fantastic. And man, that voice actor, he's so damn good.
Well, again, good news. Script's ready to go, and Kobus is on board.
Oh yeah, Raph is a more deep character. It would be cool. Yeah, really lovable. Love that character. He's great.
I was waiting for people's reactions before, like, because like I loved him, but at the same time, I'm just like, I wrote it with the explicit, like hardwired, like, if you want to be a dick or hate these characters, feel free. It's okay. Right. Like the storyline.
Here's an ally for you that can.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can be a dick to Raph the entire time, and at the end, like, I didn't even gate you from like the good ending or anything. It's just a really hard speech check to pass, essentially. So it's just like, I mean, like, he's not gonna like it, but at the same time, like, if you want to be a dick, that's fine.
I think if we do expand him, we've got to like have a redemption arc if he got kicked out, just so that people can go back, because it's hard to get.
Unfortunately, if he's a follower, you only get him as a follower if he's actually your friend and whatnot. Otherwise, sorry, like, you kind of.
Well, I think doesn't he? If you turn him in at the end, which is what he wanted. Spoiler alert, guys. Doesn't he leave? Doesn't he leave if you...
Yeah, he leaves and then disappears from the game. And unfortunately, the soft implication is that he eventually gets himself killed out there.
See, I would think that there should be, like, that's the ending I chose today. Because I was like, hey, you wanted me to do it? That's a good... I think that's a good sacrifice. Like, I knew all the endings, but still, I chose that because it felt good. I think that people should get a chance to go find him out there. And recruit him still, but you're the writer, honestly, but to me, like, that was that's what he asked for. So like, wouldn't he still be your friend then? Like, that's he would be friendly too.
Well, at the same time, like, I wrote it again with the explicit of just like all the endings are equally viable.
Right.
Like, there's no real bad ending. It's just like, do you want these characters to stick around and still like you, kind of thing. With Raph, I think basically, if you're feeling optimistic about it, he eventually returns to the Nightingales. Just because, like, he's the one that leaves in the first place. Like, Fiona doesn't kick him out. He just says, like, no, I'm just going to take the guesswork out of it and leave.
Yeah.
And then maybe, like, a year later or something, he'll calm down and come back and just, you know, they'll make up. Or if you want to be cynical and gritty about it, and he is a writer and might eventually, like, go back to it or whatever else, he just gets killed doing it. So.
Right, his luck's going to run out eventually.
Yeah, so it's just like, it really depends on, like,
well, now you're talking about
you view the world,
but you're talking about expanding it. So I'm saying, I'm throwing it out there. If you expand it, maybe give players who gave him what he wanted a chance to pull him back in and not miss out on that
I
content.
am game right now. I have the bare bones of his companion dialogue. Because you made me cut a bunch of stuff. I actually wanted him to have a whole quest to go on, but I decided to put that on hold while I did the NLTC. So
yeah, we had a so we have a problem as designers, is that we like to feature creep ourselves into oblivion. That is why we had New Eden on paper, because we just like we just follow the cool ideas. But we are being very restrained with Chapter 3. Like we've hit the axe on a lot of really great ideas because we want to actually ship. I think we're getting a little better about it each release, of like being a little more tame about what we aim for, and
it's our final one.
But I just see in general, like, each of our expansions and projects, like we've doing a better job of like reining ourselves in and focusing on content. Chapter 2, I think, started to get away from us a little bit, and like, I think HQ being a big sign of that, especially when you guys see everything I have coming into HQ, is that it was maybe a bit off more than we should have chewed. But
I think we did a pretty amazing job, like, getting that much content
in a very short time, like, because we
did a lot within a year. A lot of us really like pulled through. We had some amazing people join up that just did so much work.
Oh yeah, God,
made it all possible,
oh man,
so.
Yeah, Nof and Fess and Sag just did crazy amounts of work. I think it was less than a year though, because I think we had our kickoff meeting in January, the same way we did for Chapter 3. I think so. I think it was like,
I was working nonstop.
Yeah, you never stopped. Even when, like, even this time when we stopped in when I told everybody to take the month of December off, like 2 days later, you're like, what can I do to help?
I was given a deadline on the script. I had to get it done real quick. So no, yeah, I think launch time is especially like the most energizing time as well. So it's just like there's a momentum going to just stop. Feels really weird.
That's how I feel.
Like, no, this is like when I'm most excited to keep working. You know?
Yeah, I get you on that. I get that all the time. Like, it's no secret even to my wife that I hate the weekends. Like, I want to keep working. So with, like, I like a routine and a schedule, and I like to just build on the previous day's momentum. Like vacations for me are so hard. I love them like first couple of days, and then I'm like antsy to go check my email and stuff. Choo-Choo 1, now that Niher is on the team, SS2 Xander's Aid crossover when? I feel like I didn't have this direct conversation, but I joked to Niher about something like that, but I don't know if he wants to do anything with that. Niher's doing some really cool stuff for Chapter 3. I'm very excited for you guys to see what he's working on. Let's see. DS multiplayer is like invasion, so imagine if you side with the Institute, players with the Brotherhood could invade and seek to kill you in a settlement assault. Man, I hope that's an opt-in system. That sounds awful. I don't want PvP in my single-player experience. Let's see. Nightingales were great from Slangel.
Yay!
Godzilla, are you going to bring anything from Fallout New Vegas, like an NCR expedition, maybe a Rogue Caesar Legion army or something? I think we have some NCR, for people who mention the NCR. I think Def Nadine is an ex-NCR character. I think that's as far as we go with it. And then
there's what's her name?
Gremlin. Yeah, she talks about the followers of the apocalypse, right?
She ratchets off about 5 different references.
Yeah, she does a lot of New Vegas references, yeah.
So I can't quite remember. I know she mentions the followers of the apocalypse pretty upfront, though, yeah.
Yeah, and then we also have a miniature version of Helios 1 in SS1 that will make it over eventually. And we even have a Euclid Sea Finder. Like somebody, I think it was Shoe Burglar did Euclid Sea Finder and let us put it in the mod, which was pretty awesome. Jim Simon, I think Cynical's forgetting that King Gath is the boss, and she needs to take his suggestions. I think that's in regard to. I think he's talking about Raph. I think he's on my side of like, we got to be able to bring Raph back. I didn't know he could be expanded, or I wouldn't have sent him away.
Listen, I am more like I can get you a script by the end of the week. Just tell me that I can. You know.
We'll see. I think it's I like the way we're doing this so far, and we'll see if it pans out of our new focus on sprints for the like monthly sprints. If that keeps panning out, we might be able to sneak some stuff in at the end, because I think we'll be on target to have Chapter 3 done much quicker than Chapter 2. But we'll see. But I love Raph now. Like after playing through the quest line, like I'd played through bits of it throughout testing and stuff, but this was the first time I like sat down and played through it the whole way through, and I was recording it for voice actors. But it was I saw today why people love Raph, and I love them too. Let's see. Kaio Dong, is there any cut content planned to be shared after Chapter 3? I mean, we'll share ideas as far as stuff, like created assets and stuff. We have a lot of stuff that's created that didn't make it, that end up getting cut from the story, and we're trying to like ham-fist it in other ways. There's a couple of things that I think won't get put in, and then maybe we'll release those as modders resources. Or we'll put them in as like buildable items. So for example, we have this whole series of Wasteland instruments. We were originally going to do like settlement objects that settlers could play music similar to 76. I know somebody else has already done a mod like that, but we had our own version. And I don't think that that's going to end up happening, but I hope it does. But it'll just become on it comes down to Niher's workload if we can pull that off. Otherwise, it'll end up those I'll just put in like Wasteland reconstruction kits so people can build with them, stuff like that. But there's definitely some cut content. But until Chapter 3 is done, I can't comment on whether it'll be shared or not, because some of it might not be shareable just it's not done, and to finish it would be too much work. So I don't know. Can't get so wishy-washy garbage answer to your question. Sorry. Quester WI, I can't remember what the name of the mod is right now, but there is a quest mod in Skyrim that the developers turned into a game. Probably talking about Enderall, right?
Forgotten City, I think.
Oh yeah, Forgotten City. Oh, I loved Forgotten City. It was a great game. I think you're one of the people I sent a copy to, Cynical, because I loved it so much. I was like, I got to show the writers this because it's so cool.
And now I have time to play it.
We might do that with SS2. I have no idea. Like, I definitely, when we get the full gameplay loop done of SS2, which it's still got a ways to go because there's still all the Chapter 3 stuff. There's finishing HQ. I think it'll be a really, really fantastic game framework. And like, I definitely would want to, I think going forward, whatever project I do, I think I'll definitely want to keep iterating on the ideas and tightening it up, polishing it, seeing how I can make it more professional. So I don't know if it'll become a game, but I imagine what you're seeing us build with SS2 is like my dream game. And so I can't imagine I'm just going to abandon that. I'll probably keep working on it. There are some other genres I really like that I might want to experiment with and then come back to this type of stuff. Like, Hades has made me fall in love with roguelites. Like, I never liked that genre before, but Hades was such a fantastic game that I kind of want to go tinker around with that, but that's something I could maybe do on my own as like a little game jammy thing. I also have always loved point and click adventure games, like the old LucasArts games, and so I could definitely get sucked into making one of those. But if I'm in the long term, I think that what I'm building with SS2, or what we're building, it's not me, what we're building with SS2, that's kind of like my dream game of this.
Your baby anymore?
Yeah, it's not just my baby anymore.
It's a communal baby.
With the RPG, with kind of this like big systems where you can see the world grow around you based on your decisions. Like, I just love it so much. Yeah, in DS you can turn it off. Okay, we're probably talking about the invasions. You can turn off invasions. That's cool. I need to go play Dark Souls. Godzilla Enclave, please. I can assure you we are not doing Enclave, because it just would require way too much. Like the amount of assets and everything would have to be created.
Hold on. Nihir, you are my favorite team member because you made one of the trains that I managed to model for the game jam. You took it and you put texture on it, and then you made it like go choo choo, and it was fucking great. And I think we bonded over that. So.
I don't know. Everybody, I don't know if you guys haven't seen, those watching this haven't seen this running joke. Everybody on our team always wants to ask me who my favorite team member is, and I always refuse. So, but Cynical, not so much.
I know who I like.
Let's see, Mr. Old Man Old Greg Manfish. Can you go back in time, take over the garrison system for WoW? So Warlords of Draenor would suck less. Oh man, whoa! That if that had happened, if that didn't suck, I would still be addicted to World of Warcraft. That was one of the points in my World of Warcraft history where I bailed on the game because I was like, this blows, I'm out. When I realized it was basically like a mobile game. Yeah, I feel you on that. But if it was good, you guys might not see me modding. I might be playing World of Warcraft still. All right, so now I caught up finally. Let's go to this amazing thing you did, and let me see if I have an online version of it already, or if I could just. I'm on my computer. What am I talking about? I could just bring up.
Actually, you know what? While we're still on, I'm gonna, because I don't think these are even in the game currently.
Okay, what do you got for me?
I've never seen them in the game, but it's the magazine covers that I did because I'm still proud of those.
Oh yeah, bring them up. Let me bring up a file explorer here. Yeah, well, I'm gonna find this. So the piece of art that we used for basically all the thumbnails for chapter 2, and like the story behind this was really awesome, and it was I didn't get to see it. I wasn't a part of a lot of it. I don't remember what I was doing at the time when that was all happening. I don't know if I was just too busy trying to like jam out stuff, or if that was when I got COVID. I don't remember what was going on that day, but I know I didn't get to stick around and watch the whole thing, but it was quite the event on the team. Let me find the good version of it.
You mean the 12-hour race?
The 12-hour race. That was.
You did not have COVID then. No, you were just in and out. I think you dropped in for a little bit, but you were busy with something that required you to actually focus.
Right. I think I'm probably coding something with HQ or something.
Yeah, so I was painting that thumbnail last minute because they were like, hey, we need a thumbnail. So we had a very speedy little creative meeting. It's like, okay, what are we putting front center? Who are we putting on there? Okay, I think Strong gathered up the screenshots. Cyric advised, because of course he did. I don't mean to throw shade. I mean, he's very important.
I think this is it, right?
And then, and then basically for a whole 12 goddamn hours straight, I was on a stream with people dropping in and out, basically painting over a bunch of screenshots, which I will say, I wish I had an extra day just to check the anatomy or something.
No, I think this came out fantastic. So yeah, this was like similar to the style you did for those black and white photos of like taking references. But what we did is we took a bunch of characters in the game, posed them, and used the screenshots of those, and then through a bunch of Photoshop manipulation, and then you painted over top all of those. So I don't think there's a I don't think there's a pixel left on any of those characters.
There is not. Yeah. I went over pretty thoroughly. It is a little cheaty, but at the same time, I think like the only part of this that I'm actually like completely 100% pleased with is Berman. Like
Berman,
he came out
Berman looks awesome. Yeah.
Everybody else, I wish I could have checked a little bit more, but again, it was kind of a race against time. So.
Yeah, this was crazy that you did this in such a short amount of time. I really want you to do one for Chapter 3. I hope you will.
I will.
In fact, I almost asked you.
Challenge. Can I get it in 6 hours?
Do you know how I got the Trello board set up with the Chapter 3? When I was setting that up, just having this in the background had me inspired to set up that Trello board. And I'm like, I kind of want to ask her to make one for Chapter 3 right now, but I would rather wait till Sarek finishes writing.
Really, really cool to see this pop up on like Let's Player videos, on like Bethesda articles about us, on like gaming news sites. Like it has been like just amazing to see that. I realize it's just like the official art, so they kind of have to use it.
Yeah.
But still, it's really cool to see something that I've made just like pop up everywhere, you know.
And then here's the version for our final thumbnail. I love that text that Strong did for the Gunner Outbreak lettering. The Gunner Outbreak was kind of funny. Like we never actually had like a sub name for Chapter 2. So with
scrambling to brainstorm.
It's just Chapter 2. Like we never had a code name for it. Like SS2's code name was Welcome Home. So I've always called it Project WH. Because we were originally.
That actually reminds me.
What?
I have another thing that we can show the chat. Sorry. You
Cool. Oh, so anyway, so like whenever we start working on expansion, we come up with a code name for it. So that way, I think it's just for fun. Like it's never come up where I've accidentally almost said the wrong thing, but I just like doing it. It's the same way I like to name patches. It's just something fun for me. I like giving things names, and we never did that for Chapter 2. It was always just Chapter 2, and then toward the end, we got in like many heated conversations about what we should name this. And like Gunner Outbreak ended up being it because of the outbreak, kind of references the disease system, which is a major feature, and it's all about the Gunners becoming the main kind of thing. Like they were, like we obviously were leading up to them being an antagonist in Chapter 1, but they became the big focus of Chapter 2. So we needed Gunner in there, and it was also like a lot of it was kind of us discussing like viral marketing of like how do we make our trailer blow up. Like the trailers, the team puts in so much work on those. Those are they're edited by Pontus, who did a lot of trailers for other mod teams, like for Fallout Miami and Cascadia, and like all those trailers were like 1 million+ views. I'm like, we want that, and we put in this crazy amount of effort, and it was like, all right, well now we gotta stoop to some viral marketing garbage to do this. So we tried to make our thumbnail look like it was an official Bethesda thing, to try and get more people to watch it. Because one of the things we've always talked about we have a disadvantage with versus the big world mods is those big world mods get to advertise themselves like they're a new Fallout game, and so like that captures a lot of people's imagination. So we were trying to find some similar hook. So for us it was the Gunners being our hook for that, so that ended up being this kind of unofficial title of Chapter 2 because we were trying to find that hook, because like Pontus loves his work on our trailers, so much so that even though he technically retired from doing Bethesda mod trailers so he could focus on his career, he said he wants to come back and do our Chapter 3 trailer because he just loves working on these with us, and he does such an amazing job at them that
held a party when that happened.
Yeah, I want to make sure we send off his final, if he does that Chapter 3 trailer for us, that we give it is just as much love. So doing this epic thumbnail and everything.
So I just gave you another wallpaper that I
Which one should I show? The second one?
Both are the only difference between them is one is with a female soul survivor and the other one's with a male. I like that.
Okay, I'll show both then. But the first one has, or the second one has more. It's got like the Sim Settlements 2 thing in the corner. So
yeah, which was a pain in the ass to try and make it actually work with the rest of the picture. But yeah, this is something that I just did just like for literally no reason. I just felt like doing it.
So here we go. A nice little picture of Jake in his hardware store. That's so cool looking. I love your style.
No, I was trying to mimic the 50s ad styles and whatnot.
And then here is the male version. So you can see the only real. Oh, hold on, get the zoom out. So
yeah, which was also a challenge. It's just like, okay, well, they will also have like different skin tones and different like hairstyles and whatever else. It's just like, how do I shadow them out?
Right. Yeah, this is really cool art. I like this a lot.
It was a lot of fun to do as well.
Yeah, we did. I think most of the time in SS's history, like I just kind of choose the names of things, like because it's been like for the longest time. It was more like people were just creating assets that I requested, as opposed to like us working together as a team. It wasn't until I feel like it wasn't really until SS2 where we kind of like all started creating together, which was cool, and then it became more of a group project at that point. And you know, there's some aspects where certain people I just get, like Zurich, I give him pretty much 100% creative control on the main quest. But like I remember that was one of the first things where I just like queried the team for ideas, and it was like, what should we name the expansion? Because before SS2 was going to be a thing, it was going to be an expansion with all the story content in it. So we ended up, because you were on the ROTC team, and we realized we were going to be done real quick. Like the ROTC team was done enough to release something like 6 months after IR. And I was like, well, we should do that. We shouldn't wait another year for all this quest stuff to be done. So like, oh, we'll split it into 2 expansions. And then we were trying to come up with the name for what was going to be our story content expansion. And Welcome Home was, I think, the best version that had come out. That ended up being my favorite of the one that people suggested.
I just remember that like I actually had no idea that was happening, because I was still it was my first year, and I remember I was helping do the the Far Harbor settlement. Like I think it was Longfellow Cabin, which was a goddamn monster.
Yeah, it was a big settlement.
Like Strong and I were decorating that place for just months. And I remember I actually like very tentatively asked you, like, do you actually have any more work for me? Because I don't actually know if you still need a concept artist. So you're like, oh my girl, I have so much shit to show you.
I think that's when like Sir Rick kind of like took on. I think he realized I was just too distracted with other stuff, like with Conqueror and with all the patching. He just kind of like grabbed a bunch of you and created just like a whole bunch of assets. And then one day he starts showing me all the stuff that he had you and ZBS creating. I was like, holy cow, like you guys are over here producing your own game.
I mean, to be fair, I think like the first time I was even in a meeting with Cyric, you're just like, hey, who wants to be his writing partner? And I'm like, I guess I can do it. And then he basically like showed me a bunch of the story and whatever else, and I was like, okay, I didn't even know this all existed, or that it was already halfway done.
Yeah.
How the hell did you manage to hide it from me?
Yeah, we worked in bubbles a lot, which is what I've been trying to break since SS2 came out, of trying to get us working more together, because it's way more fun when you're working on this stuff together and sharing it, and it's been getting better and better every year. This is like today I made a big long post. There was an aggressive forum thing coming out about wanting us to focus more on bug fixes and getting existing content, and I had this big thing, and I was thinking about it while I was writing. It's like part of the reason that it's so slow for us to get everything people want in is that it's like a lot of the last 2 years of Sim Settlements development have been like me learning how to be a proper project leader, because it's not something I'm used to. And so like getting everybody working together and tightly, and everybody getting to know each other, it's just kind of like we've been kind of learning each other's workflows and it's just trying to figure it all out. Like we haven't been, like, it takes a while to get good team dynamics going, especially, none of us know each other in person. Like it's all just voice chat occasionally. And so like it's taken a long time for us to kind of get our flow.
Okay, here's where you're wrong. We've actually been like holding yearly parties.
God damn it.
Without you. The rest of them will kill me for telling you this now. But I figure if there's ever a time to embarrass you, it's in the middle of the live stream.
Well, we'll have to do once SS2 wraps. We're gonna have to do like a Sim Settlements Con and get everybody together. But where would we host that though? Our team is spread out everywhere. We've got.
I vote Calgary so that I don't have to travel.
Yeah, you just want to walk outside. You're gonna host. Okay, you hear that? You hear that, team? We're all gonna go crash to Cynical's house. We got people. We've got all over. We've got like every time zone in the U.S. We've got Australia. We've got South Africa. We've got the U.K., Germany. I'm trying to think where else. But we've got just people all over the world on the team. So like, yeah, there'd be no great place to.
People are asking to see the magazine covers.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
This time I'm not even bullshitting you. Like if someone's actually asked.
Yeah, there's a series of and these are in the game right now. You can get them through the magazine printer.
They are?
Yeah. I ported them all. So these are the Afterglow series, and I think these are the ones that unlock the glowing one mounted heads and statues that you can build. So.
Ooh, fancy. I have no idea what they unlocked. I think you're just kind of like, hey, you want to do some magazine covers? I'm like, I guess. And then I was like, okay, what do I do?
I did magazines exactly backwards from the way Bethesda probably did it. Rather than like having an idea of like, I want to offer this bonus, I just told a bunch of artists, hey, you want to create some cool magazines for Fallout 4? And then based on the art they submitted to me, I created stuff that felt like it was correct with it, like created bonuses.
Wanted to basically, like, I had two things. I wanted to mimic an art style of an artist whose name I cannot place. Who did like those kinds, like a lot of them are like directly referencing him. And the second one I was just like, okay, what's going to be cool to draw? The glowing creatures.
Yeah, these are really
so
cool.
Many of them, and it was a great like exercise for me as well, and it was just so much fun to do. And I was like, okay, what do I name it? I think I even took a poll, and Afterglow won.
I think we did. I think in the game we actually did glow maps for these two, so that they actually glow on the shelf.
Yeah, they glow. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Whoever did that just went above and beyond. It was great.
Yeah, I don't remember who I got to do that because I don't know how to make those. Let's see. Abduleo, thank you for No Enclave. They were a great faction in 2 in New Vegas, but by this point are overplayed with their inclusion in 3, 76, and many more. Yeah, I'm always bummed that Bethesda just keeps. I mean, I get why they're like developing, because the real money is in franchisability. They want to be able to keep bringing back the old stuff for nostalgia purposes.
Speaking of like content, Franklin was meant to be an Enclave officer by some of the previous writers that had him, because I wrote Planet X for those that aren't aware. But I was only the 3rd writer.
Right. There were 3 people involved on that quest.
Yeah, and one of the previous iterations had him be a talking Deathclaw, and then another one had him be an Enclave officer, and then I think there was another one where he was a legitimate alien.
Yeah, he went through a lot of. I'm glad where we ended up with him, but yeah, that quest went through a shocking amount of writers, and I don't even know why. Like, it must have been one of those things like Sir Rick just loved the quest so much he just wanted to keep. He's like, we're gonna find somebody who can do this. Why didn't it just get cut at some point and turn into something else?
I remember at the end it was just like, because the people at the time who had it at the time, like either they were getting sick or they just didn't have time for it, so it was kind of like hanging in a long limbo. And after we like reread it for the 3rd time, we were like, okay, it's not quite hitting the spot. I'm just like, okay, I might regret putting my hand up for yet another hat, but how about I just...
Yeah, that was the first writing project you did.
Yeah, and I had it done in like 2 weeks, and you guys liked it, so I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I can't remember who all touched it. I think Harkness was on it for a while. Kefke was on it for a while. So like, yeah, everybody had like little bits of influence on it. But I'm glad where it ended up. I think it came out really good. Franklin's a fantastic character. I especially love the build. I love the stuff Tenuvia did with the building plan.
Oh yeah, God! I actually saw that in the I'm actually doing my own playthrough for a friend who can't play the game themselves. And as I finished that quest up, I got the like Powell plot unlock and whatnot. I'm like, oh my God, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I've never seen it before, and it's like exactly the thing that I wanted when I played like right after we launched Chapter 1.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, Tenuvia is fantastic.
So Tenuvia baked. There's more in there that isn't enabled right now. So Tenuvia baked in some stuff based on a conversation you had with her, in case you expanded on them. So there's stuff in there in the mod that's not enabled yet, in hopes that you'll one day come back and expand their quest lines or expand their dialogue to where if Julia and Franklin have a conversation and start selling glowing milkshakes.
Oh God, yeah. I actually remember having that conversation with her, and then I got like neck deep in Nightingale implementation, because I was also like softly learning how to do the basic scripting for it as well. So just like, it basically took all of my time, and then there was a bunch of other stuff that I needed to do really quick because we were like pushing the deadlines and whatnot.
Right.
And then just like, I would love to return to those characters and give them another burst of content. It just like, it always feels like they're already kind of done, so everything else takes priority.
Right. I think we've talked about like they at least need enough expansion so they have a couple of random. I mean, and I don't know if we're gonna do it. I hope we do, but because I have all of the main characters, or we call them off main side characters, and they were like the Powells, Franklin, Anton, Audra, Knox, Lily, and I think that's it. All the characters that your side characters, where if you go through our main quest and do all the objectives that come up, you're guaranteed to get, is I have them flagged for a dialogue expansion in Chapter 3. I just don't know if it's going to happen as a stretch goal. But I think, like
right
we talked
now,
about...
I'm done with the scripts that I had, so like I'm actually free to focus on that if I...
Well, but you also got to implement your NLCC dialogue still.
Yeah,
so.
but I can only focus on that like maybe
true.
2-3 hours a day. Otherwise, like dialogue implementation starts to blur together quite a bit, and then trying to figure out the conditions, I start making stupid mistakes. So.
Well, I think you hit on this with the Powells. You always felt it was weird that when they're in the settlement that they don't talk to each other ever again.
Yeah,
and so,
I didn't
like,
know that we could do it.
Yeah, like it's feeling
nobody
like
told me.
Giving them lots of random dialogue events, kind of like how the like Sturgis and Ron Murphy will talk. Like that would be a really cool thing. And then obviously for some reason we never did. I think it was just like lack of time, but like the HQ dialogue expansion never happened for all those major characters.
Yeah.
So.
I definitely do want to do that because they are great characters, and because people do seem to really like them. I'd like for them to feel more integrated with what we currently got.
Yeah.
I will say though, like I actually have inter-NPC dialogue for the Nightingales as well, and I've yet to hear even a single line of that.
You'll have to toss that up on the GitHub board, and I'll look into it. It might be that we forgot to turn on those events.
Because like SAG had walked me through how to actually implement it, so it is in the game theoretically, and it is registered as events that are supposed to happen. But in all the Let's Plays, like, I don't know if people just didn't hang around long enough, or if it's just set up weird that, like, every time you're around the characters, there's a quest running or something.
Right.
But yeah, like, they actually have, like, interactions that they're meant to have, but, like, I've never heard of them.
Yeah, toss up a bug report on Git, and I'll look at it when I get a chance to see if they're set up correctly. Oh, I'll have to give you access to new Git. Yeah, we have a Git that's for, like, our internal bug reports, so that...
Yeah, okay.
Because I trust you guys much more than... no offense, viewers, but random folks who post bugs and then disappear on the forums. That's always like if you first join and post a bug, it's going to get a lot less weight than if Cynical posts a bug for me.
You threw me into the alpha GitHub where I had nonstop voice file.
Because it was too early.
For the chat, I will also say, amongst all my other jobs, I had the idea that I can't remember why. To volunteer for voice file management, as in I'm the one that filters, organizes, and makes sure that every single NPC gets their voice files in, which means having to deal with a lot of little things like, hey, for some reason this line is just not firing, and then I have to go sort through an entire folder of lines that are a jumble of letters, essentially.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do the first pass of player dialogue this time. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to automate it. So
if you can automate the player dialogue, I will buy you a cake.
All right, I'll take a cake. But yeah, I think...
will say, like, but you will not take the NPC dialogue away from me. One of the
well, Cobus is fighting that battle for you too. I had a meeting with Cobus today, and he's like fighting against my change to formats.
I'm sorry. I have I respect the hell out of what Retox has managed to do with the like automation. But anytime I had to go in there to untangle stuff that has been missing or whatever else, it's been a massive pain in my ass. So it's like just I would much prefer to just like spot check it myself the first time. So plus again, it's like one of the best parts of the project where I get to listen to all of the like super talented voice actors that we have to turn everything in and like slot everything into the quest and just like,
it's such a rewarding moment to like it takes it and makes it real of like that's the final cherry on top is hearing the voice actors make all this stuff real. Shortwind, thank you for the donation. Thanks, man, for your dedication and hard work. Thanks for Cynical, great find. Cynical is a great find. Cynical's a great person, not a great find, a great person. Thank you.
Donation. I appreciate that you donated just to give me a nice little praise. That's very sweet.
Godzilla, maybe have the pet system have a death claw. I think somebody else's add-on pack already is injecting that as an option. So
we have a settler that comes with a death claw.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, one of the settlers has a pet death claw. And then, you can get one through the pet system through some of the add-ons we didn't. Because pretty much, I mean, everything in SS2 is injectable. That's like one of my requirements when we code stuff out. And so there are mods that are or add-on packs that are injecting death claws of the pet system.
Okay,
I couldn't tell you which one, though.
What is the robo voice in the church?
Oh yeah, there's some of the characters like Bobby and Craig. Some of the side characters have some robo voice. I have it on my list to address already. I already had Retox send me the files.
Yes, Concord was not on my docket.
Yeah, that was me. The Concord stuff, I had to handle that, and I shouldn't have. I should have let you do it, but I was like, I was like, I already did like half of it. I'll just finish it off, and you had so much other stuff to do. So yeah, any Concord missing robo voice, that's me. It's not Cynical.
Well, so long as it's on record that it's not my fault, it is fully Kit-Kat's fault. So just making sure everyone's aware.
Nick Carter, do you think the F4SC GC tool can be ported to Skyrim someday? I mean, I think Nukem does a lot of. I don't know. Does anybody? I don't. I always assume whenever I hear Nukem's name, I've always just thought he has been involved in all the script extending stuff, but apparently not. I was wrong on that. But if he's involved in Skyrim stuff, he is welcome to pass that tool over. He's pretty open about his code. So if the Skyrim, whoever does the big bug fix patches for F4SC for them, I'm sure he'd happily give them the code. Let's see here. Godzilla, rip old Paul. Yes, indeed. Rest in peace. Mr. Old Greg Manfish. Hey, I like the long-necked worm man. Yeah, indeed. Let's see. Sam Phillips, a full team picture one day would be cool. Making an in-game picture like the one for Fallout 3 Paradise Falls, but never telling anyone who it is. Who is who. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well, I mean, I pretty much already know what most of our voice actors look like, just because you had me do like sketches of most of them.
Oh yeah, that was a cool project that never ended up seeing the light of day yet, because it was all for the Conqueror voice actors, and we never finished Conqueror.
But I think you gave the voice actors.
Oh yeah, we gave them the voice, but it was also going to be used for something with the game. But you know what all the voice actors look like for Conqueror, and a lot of them, the Conqueror voice actors did stuff in SS2. Like you guys won't believe this in the voices, but the following 3 characters are the same voice actor. Maul, the Toilet King, and Berman are all the same voice actor, which is crazy to me. Those are some wildly different voices.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dead serious. That guy is super talented.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Full team picture would be pretty cool. I'm sure I know you, Cynically, I know you know what a few people on the team look like, because you have a good relationship, personal relationships.
I have a creepily big collection of pictures of people who are on the team, yeah.
But I don't know if any of you guys have managed to like suss out or have bothered internet stalking and finding me or not. You don't have to tell me, Internet. I'd probably prefer to just
challenge them. Come on.
Yeah, no. I was talking about you and the team, like you guys on the team, because I haven't really made it. Like I don't do.
Gave me a horde of the pictures, and then Kobus gave me a bunch of others, and then Spirit gave me a bunch of others, and it's usually for presents, and it's usually like, hey, by the way, can I like throw $20 your way to do like a little sketch?
Oh yeah.
Like, sure, why not? And then now I have like a huge collection of photos. A lot of those people, like I have no idea who they are. I'm just like, all right, I guess you're on my computer now.
Yeah. Well, people. I mean, now the younger generation. Well, I mean, I would put you in that generation too. It seems like most people are just not worried about like their information online in the picture. I grew up with it because I came up without the internet. So then
I think I'm closer to you in generation purely because I was raised in a country where the internet didn't really
fair.
Where I wasn't actually active like on the internet for longer than maybe an hour every couple of days until I was like 13. So no, I would say I'm closer to your generational way of thinking than I am to
I think that time that's around when I think I've had access to the internet regularly, like not till high school and before. So then it was really weird to like put your real information out there. So that's like ingrained into me now of like don't put your real info out there. So even like when Facebook came around, everybody was using it. I was just always like, this feels weird to put all my personal stuff out there.
That's why I use Cynical Bounce everywhere. That's why I actually don't use my personal email even for like the connecting to Twitter and whatnot.
Sure.
So
yeah, it's weird resistance to it that most people now don't have. So like I don't do webcam, like even for work, like during the height of COVID when everybody kind of got sucked into Zoom. I just never had a webcam, and like so when I would do meetings with clients, they'd all pop up their webcams, and I'm like, I'm the last man on earth without one. I never installed one on my desktop, and I'm not getting my laptop out for it. Sorry.
I don't do webcams just because I'm shy. Honestly,
I definitely, they wouldn't be about that for me now. But now I'm like, for face reveal for the Some Settlements audience, now I'm like, I'll disappoint you guys because I don't look like,
Oh yeah.
I don't look like Sturgis.
At that point, I think that the myth, the legend has gotten so out of proportion that like any reality is just bound to disappoint.
Yeah, I've joked about it, but I think I seriously have to cosplay as Sturgis the first time I reveal myself, just to ease people into it.
Like,
yeah, I'll have to get the big chops, get the pompadour going, and I can do all that. I'd have to dye my hair a little darker, but yeah, I think I'll have to cosplay hard as Sturgis just to get people like eased into the idea. Then they'll see some of my facial features like, oh, it doesn't quite look like Sturgis there. With the glasses, will hide a lot of it.
You make it a Patreon goal.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
There you go. Just say like, okay, if we get whatever number of Patreons, or we get to whatever number, we do a nice little face reveal. Now, the fun thing about that is no one will ever be able to prove that it's not you. So you can grab a picture off the internet if you want. Or if you want, I can like we can like probably CGI you something. They can do some pretty amazing stuff with facial animation these days.
I remember seeing a podcast with a bunch of modders, and one of them was Gopher. And he did like one of those, and this was years ago before it became kind of a regular thing. But you know how there's like the virtual chat characters where they map to your mouth movement and stuff. He had done one of those.
That's just so creepy to me. I hate using those.
I've never used one before. I remember him doing that and being like, that's I'm surprised that technology is available already. And now it's just like full blown. It's like actually really good. The tech when people use that for that. It's pretty impressive when I see people doing that. But yeah, I had thought about doing that, but I'm like, nah, it feels weird still to do that. So we'll see what happens with face reveals. I feel like if there's going to end up being I don't see any reason to do it. Like I don't see what that could add. Like if anything, it just kills some mystique. Like maybe people like the idea that Sturgis is secretly working on Fallout 4, and I don't want to ruin that for folks.
You've cracked the case wide open. That's exactly why we have so many downloads on the mod. We're just like, well, Sturgis made it.
All right,
gotta be good.
Sturgis has made it. It's got to be good. So I just don't see any benefit to it, so I haven't really pursued it.
I'd hate to have to put on makeup for it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wear makeup occasionally if I feel like it, but it's like I feel that pressure, like, oh well, now I have to like put on makeup as if I'm going to like an actual professional meeting or some shit. It's like,
Fair enough.
I don't need that. You can just listen to the soothing sound of my voice.
Pants too. You got to put on pants in case you accidentally stand up on cam.
Just deal breaker right there.
All right, let's get to some messages here. Mr. Old Greg Manfish. To be honest, I like a lot that you did the Gunners, because in the base game they didn't get much attention or differentiate from Raider. They felt very much so lacking. This mod kind of gives the faction life. Yeah, I mean that was one of the decisions that went into that. Like when for the longest time we didn't even have a villain. Like we were always planning on doing something tied into the main three factions, but eventually we settled on the Gunners for a variety of reasons. But yeah, this didn't even come up in the original discussion, but I think one of the I mean it was probably like in the back of our minds, but one of the things that this solved for us is that there really isn't a villain in Fallout 4. Like the Railroad's pretty is a pretty good faction in the sense like they don't have, but like you can't really say the Institute's straight evil or straight good, or they're not straight good or straight bad. Same with the Brotherhood. They've got their flaws and stuff, and it's up to the player to decide who the good guy is. So for us to choose one of them as a villain would have been a problem. Like we could have chosen Raiders, and that could have worked. But I think using the Gunners, I think the Gunners have a little bit of gray to them too, which was fun to play with. Where Raiders, it's hard to have a redeeming story, and we already tried that for Conqueror too. So we kind of gave the Jammers kind of our character who's got some redeeming qualities in that story. So we already told.
Are also not that scary if we're all being serious. Like we kill so how many of them?
Right, that's true.
The first 5 levels.
And you've got Nuka World too as another source of Raider material. So it was kind of like overplayed, whereas the Gunners were just ripe for doing some stuff with. Quester WI, the code name for Doctor Who and was Torchwood. Isn't Torchwood its own show? I thought that was...
It is.
Yeah.
It is a weird show that I've actually seen several seasons of. Just to say that I did. And good God, it was somehow way weirder than Doctor Who itself, which says a lot, I feel.
Yeah, one of my good friends in high school got really into Torchwood. and I never got into it. But Doctor Who too, I never really got into Doctor Who. I think it was because I tried to go back to the old school stuff, and it's like, this is too campy. I can't do it. Even though I love campiness, I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I don't know. Doctor Who falls into that category of stuff for me where just like everyone kept talking about it, so I'm like, well, I guess I have to watch it. I'm like, okay, well, this is like entertaining sometimes, and then I watched several seasons, and then it started get kind of boring, and I was like, I'm gonna stop now, and then I just never picked it up again.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think some of the stuff, I don't know, maybe you've got to have the right introduction to it or catch it at the right time in your life to get into it. Let's see, Gavman, maybe we could get some of this work as screen wallpapers. Actually, one of the things that all of the like Cynical and other artists on the team gave me permission to do was to put all of this stuff up on Displate as a way to generate some extra little funds for the mod, but basically, more importantly, to give you guys access to them if you want to hang them on your walls. So that's something
I would love one.
That I want to do one day, and I just haven't gotten approved for an account. I just need to gather up all this stuff. I got kind of sidetracked at the time when I'd asked about that, but that'll be something I would like to do. Would put up all of our magazine art, maybe some of this concept art up for people if they want to get it turned into a display, because those are really cool.
I would really like that as well. I want to know my wall. I have none of. My mom occasionally tells me like, "Hey, why don't I have your art like actually decorating my walls? You're an artist. You literally do this for a living. Why don't I have your art on my walls?" And I'm like, well, because I don't paint on canvas, and it's a bitch to print.
And I think, well, Gavin was talking about just like screen wallpapers. I don't know if they're high enough res for that to look good on most people's monitors.
The Welcome Home ones, I actually did in the resolution specifically meant for wallpapers.
Oh, nice. So yeah, maybe we'll go back and release some of that stuff as wallpapers.
I will
so
say,
we can do that.
it looks awful as a wallpaper. Detail. I tried at some point. I think Sarah had it as a wallpaper. It's like, don't expect to navigate your desktop with ease for a while, essentially.
Let's see here. To the merch store, posters, please. Yeah, unfortunately, what's the company we use? Threadless. I don't think they offer posters. But Displayed, I had signed up for an access because you have to like prove you're an artist to do it, and I just didn't finish going through the process yet. So that was the one place I thought we could get posters. They're the metal posters. Displays are really, really cool. A little more expensive than a traditional poster. There's probably, I should look again and see if Threadless offers it now because they keep expanding their stuff you can get on there. Let's see, Edgar, any thoughts on the chapter 3 sub? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you want to clarify, I'll try and answer next time you ask. Jim Simon, these should be part of an IRL calendar. That's another thing we could do. The Cynical concept art calendar. That could be fun.
Or you could just get me to draw some more like little postcards.
Oh yeah, there you go. Let's see.
I actually wanted to do more than that. I just that's when we started really crunching. So
yeah, it's one of those like there's unlimited things to do, and you are one of the people willing to like throw in on pretty much any part of the project. So we keep you plenty busy. Let's see here.
That's why you keep me on payroll. If you paid me.
Let's see, not crazy. Just a thought. How about a place to donate or buy some of these pics? Some are great. Well, a lot of people talking about this. They really want to get access to this as wallpaper. I mean, like,
which is stroking my ego. Like, yeah.
I can give you a section on the website, and you can just post whatever you want up there for people to get access to. Maybe we can tag in. We'll team up with some of the wiki folks, and maybe we could set up a section on the wiki for that.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Because that wouldn't require a ton of effort on your part, other than getting the highest resolution versions you have and handing them over to folks.
Which can sometimes be a challenge because ripples are like 2 pixels wide.
Let's see, Ink Tippy, where do you find the mags? So there's 2 ways you can get access to them. One is cheating and one is not. So if you want to do it the not cheating way, once you unlock the Mark 1 beacons, you need to start using... Actually, no, the magazine, I think I switched. So it was at one point the magazine printer was locked behind the Mark 1 beacons. I don't think it is anymore. I think as soon as you get to production class industrial, I think you get access to the magazine printer as one of our base plans. I'm pretty sure that's the case because I didn't want to lock out all this artwork further down. So invest in industrial, Ink Tippy, and eventually you'll unlock the production class. And one of them is a magazine printer, and the magazine printer will produce you a new magazine, a new issue every 2 weeks in game, and we have 20 some issues, I think, including all of these cool Afterglow issues. Let's see. How far down do we need to go? Let's see. Quester WI, did you fix the robo voice in the church? Oh, you were way ahead of me on that. Nope, haven't fixed it yet.
I get it's like a trigger word for me. Robo voice.
Robo voice. I'd kill it in fire. Choo-Choo1, will CPD be looking over soon? Have noticed some officers have no voice files.
Okay, that one is going to be on me. I don't know which voice files you mean, but no, they should not have it.
I think that just got patched in. I literally, SAG just gave me a bunch of CPD voice files that just made it in the M patch. So Choo-Choo, check again, see if they're still without voice.
How the heck did that happen? I think I was handling all the CPD.
I think it was all the generic officers. I think maybe we didn't have the...
oh yeah, they were all in. They must not have functioned properly.
I think what it was is we didn't have the lip files didn't generate correctly. I think some of our quests were set up funky, and so SAG figured out the conditions and got those to generate.
Yeah, the CPD, I had to do them all by hand. Because every single voice type on that dialogue sheet, I have no idea what was going on with it. Like, literally none of them wanted to do the automatic generation, so I had to do your trick of like going individually, hand by hand. There was like 52 lines for each voice type.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a pain. Generating voice files by hand sucks. Yeah, generating.
It broke anyway.
Well, I think they're in the latest patch. So if they're still missing stuff, let me know and Choo-Choo, and I'll make sure we get on.
Still not my fault. I did my best.
Godzilla's cynical, makes great stuff, but says I'm not that good. Everyone here, you are awesome and make great stuff. Yeah, this is the.
No, I am fantastic. I am great. I should be. I should have like sculptures in my honor, but I don't get paid, and that's a problem. So if you want to hire me, that'd be great.
There you go. So she's taking why can't I think of the word?
I'm joking. No, the way I see it is like there will always be people who are earlier in development, and there will be a lot of people who are later in skill development. I'm perfectly comfortable where I'm at. There's always room for improvement, but at the same time, like, I'm not so blind that I cannot see the value of my own work or whatever else. At the same time, like, we do live in a society that does measure success by how much money you make. So,
right.
You know, eventually you do kind of have to face the music on that.
Yeah, it's a tough one to swallow there. Sometimes we look at it, if we compare ourselves by people's salaries, then the problem with that though is that it tends to be that a small percentage of people get an excess amount of work, whether or not they're the best is irrelevant. You kind of you get started on a certain role and you make the right contacts, and then you get a lot more work. Like I said, there might be people better, but it's a lot of it's connections more than anything else.
Exactly. Just to kind of follow off of that, people just immediately posted. I do commissions.
Commissions, that was the word I was trying to think of.
Problem with that is I currently don't have like clients that can pay me a lot of money, and I would like to leave the art available because I
think maybe these people are asking if they can commission you to do some of the work. So don't short sell yourself on the price tag.
Okay, I am Cynical Bounce everywhere. You can't go wrong with Cynical Bounce. You can easily find my Twitter. But right now, like my main pool of clients is like the D&D crowd that want custom art of their characters and whatnot, and a lot of them aren't doing too well financially. So I would love for them to still have access to custom art like that without, giving me their entire paycheck to get it.
Sure.
But that does mean I have to, work for less than necessarily people tell me I'm supposed to be charging.
Well, don't tell. These folks might want to just commission for you for what you're worth. So hey, open the door. Go look up Cynical Bounce if you wanna open up some commission pieces. She charges high rates because she's worth it. All right.
I don't know what high rates even are, to be perfectly honest. I always run into the problem where I actually have no idea what to charge.
Well, the best way to find out, this is something I've done in the past, is I take the pitches people throw to me, and then I go take them and pitch them to other people in my field and see what they would charge me. So that's what you can do. Is go take those pitches to other artists and see what they charge.
Here's the problem with that. I actually don't know any other artists.
Dig around there's a lot. Go check on like Fiverr and stuff and find people who do equal quality work. And
200 is already what I get paid per commission. It is not enough to pay the bills.
Well, gotta up that commission game. Shortwind, you mentioned you got actual actors from Bethsoft games. How many did you get for this project? I would have to confirm with Cobus. I know we have The person who voiced the judge and what's the kid's name? The kid from CPD. That's the same voice actor, which is crazy. The same voice actor.
Shandy.
What's that?
Shandy.
Shandy, yeah, Shandy. Shandy and the judge are actually voiced by the same person, which is insane. That lady did voices on Oblivion, I believe, and we've got at least one other person from Bethesda Games that has done voices. Because I remember I mentioned this to. So there's a guy in the from Bethesda who makes contact with any mod author who has reasonable success. That they want to feature on their stuff, and he likes to be in touch with people in the community. And I mentioned to him that we got some of their actors, and he started digging through our wiki, and he's like, oh yeah, he's in our game. So I don't have the list handy. I'd have to go back through that email chain, but I know we've got several that have done stuff on Bethesda Games, which is really cool. And that is thanks to Kobus, our director, who is fearless. He will just go ask anybody.
Yeah.
He will go ask anybody to voice stuff in the mod. Like, I would not be shocked to find out if he's like asked people like Troy Baker and stuff who have voiced some of the characters we all know and love in major franchises to voice stuff for Sims too, because he's just not worried about. He's like, what's the worst going to happen? They'll say no. And so we've ended up with some voice actors from Bethesda Games. Let's see here, scrolling down. Sam Felix, I work from home, King Gath. Pants, I mean, they're optional, man. That's one of the greatest things that happened from COVID. Pants became optional. Quester WI wanted to ask Cynical if the old wives' tale is true about how they came up with the name Canada. It goes like this. And now I can't find. Okay, here we go. They put a bunch of Scrabble tiles in a bag, pulled out the first letter. Oh yeah, C-A-N-A, yeah, D-A. I think the Canada jokes always fall flat on Cynical because she's not originally from there, right?
Yeah, sorry to break it to you guys. I'm an immigrant. I was born in Russia, lived there until I was 9, and then we got moved over here, and I've been living here ever since. Unfortunately, that means they didn't tell us the Canadian creation story in kindergarten. So I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah, every time I try and crack a Canada joke, it's just whoosh. You have no idea what I'm talking about. I grew up in Michigan, and so like we would go to Canada all the time. So it was just tons of Canadian jokes all the time.
Okay, but that's Michigan. That's like on the other coast, essentially. I'm in Alberta, and I don't know if you've ever looked at a map, but man,
Canada's quite large.
Big.
Quite large.
It's very big. I'm constantly told, like, you don't really have a Canadian accent. I'm like, I literally have no idea what a Canadian accent would even sound like. That's why the when people were talking about Hubert,
his
live streams ago, I was just like, I literally had no idea Hubert was even supposed to be like a Canadian joke. It completely went over my head until I was in a like editing meeting with Cyric, and he mentioned that. I'm like, wait a second, is that supposed to be like a Canadian? He's like, did you only just get that? It's like, huh.
It's a stereotype. Well. It's like it also sounds a little bit like the UP Michigan accent, like because we have a little chunk of of that state that's. Feels like it's basically part of Canada, but yeah, it's like the exaggerated, silly version of that accent is what Hubert has. Let's see, Mr. Old Greg Manfish, do Warhammer 40k. I do not play Warhammer. I can't afford to play Warhammer. I don't know how anybody can afford to play that game. Let's see here. I think I finally caught up again. Well, we went really long. This has been great having you, Cynical. Good talking with you. It looks like you've got some serious fans and a lot of people who want to pay you for your work. So, guys, go look up Cynical Bounce on Twitter and hammer her with messages and get some commissions going.
God, and here I was hoping for a vacation finally.
You got to pay those bills.
No rest for the wicked.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up because my voice is killing me, but it was worth it. This was a great conversation. Thank you, Cynical, for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for throwing some love to Cynical and throwing some super chats at us to help fund the mod. Really appreciate it.
I really, it's again a very good stroke to the ego, and it's just great to see just the amount of community response we get to our mod. It's like it's a labor of love for everyone, and just it's always just lovely to see the reactions.
Yeah, a little validation helps. Goes a long way. We appreciate it.
It's just Twitter for me.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you next Wednesday.